everyone. Welcome back to the Comic Crisis podcast. It's been a while, but we're still here. We're still rocking and rolling and ready to go and talk about some comics and maybe a little crisis as well. But I'm, of course, Christopher Z here, and I'm joined by my man himself,
Joseph Bozlinkski, the real heart of the channel.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows Joe Boz is the reason that Audio Anomaly persists to this day.
It's true. We would have just stayed at 100 subscribers without you. You've brought it all together.
Actually, did we break 5K
We
yet?
just did. Yeah, I checked this morning. It's like, oh my goodness. So thank you, everybody, for sticking around with us and having a fun time. It really means a lot to have. Like when I started this off, I was surprised we made it to 100. But I mean, here we are. Like, this is really cool.
That first 100 subscribers is always like, oh man, this is real now.
Right?
Oh man,
right.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna quit my job.
It's full-time YouTube now.
Yeah, right. Oh god. Thank you so much to everybody who's supported the channel, supported us, and the crazy stuff that we make. It's been a dream come true. If you want us to keep doing it, please like, comment, subscribe. It's a big help. And if you want to support us financially, nowadays we have a Patreon set up for you guys to check out. Patreon.com/Audio Anomaly. What kind of perks can they get over on the Patreon, Chris?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've got some exclusive stuff. We do little live streams every now and again for Patreon members and everything. We've got exclusive previews and everything of our upcoming audio dramas. We're going to be getting out a Jessica Jones Season 2 exclusive look on there pretty soon. Ooh. And we also have access to like our future plans and everything. So if you want to know about what's coming up down the pipeline, you can pop on there and see what we've got planned. We also sometimes post like little exclusive looks at our scripts and everything too. So if you want like a nice behind the scenes look at not only how we edit our stuff but how we write our stuff, then that's there as well. So there's a lot of fun and crazy things on there, and we even have our commentaries too. We've started like doing commentaries. Joe and I just did a Batman commentary about a month ago, and I know that our dear friends AJ and Brian are working on a Squirrel Girl commentary. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there.
The Batman commentary is 5 hours long, so
it's longer than The Dark Knight, man.
It's longer than the audio drama itself by almost 3 hours.
It
is. A lot of that is me, because we all know that I talk way too fucking much. But I like to think that the commentary I provided was like really substantive. So it's there if you like seeing how the sausage gets made.
Yes.
But we have a number of topics that we wanted to get into today. Of course, we have our main event, but beyond just that, there were a couple of news items we wanted to run through.
Oh, yes. Yes.
First and foremost, the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day is out.
Ooh, it really is
Chris,
a brand new day, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
the PTSD that entails. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's definitely. It feels like it's definitely a fitting name because it's like this sort of a new era of Spider-Man. Sort of like our fabled MCU Spider-Man scholars have named like the home trilogy, if you will, as like sort of an elongated origin story to get us the Spider-Man that we know and love, and now we get to see him swing in action and stuff. I will say that as far as like the filmmaking goes, it does look like it's definitely like been strengthened and everything. Like it's looking really nice. Like
I agree.
Not to say that the home trilogy looks bad or anything, but it definitely looks much more like rich and like much more like just better. And the action is looking like really sick as well. We get a little preview of like a little hand fight. We got Scorpion and everything like that, and it's definitely like diving further into those emotions and seeing a lonely Peter at last is gonna be cool. Not for him, but it'll be cool for us at least.
Yeah, right. Well, which is, depending on who you talk to at Marvel, that's how you're supposed to tell Spider-Man stories.
Marriage? What's that? That can't be for Spider-Man.
My favorite literal neckbeard, Dan Slott, has always been quoted as saying, when Peter Parker's up, Spider-Man is down. When Spider-Man is up, Peter Parker's down. And it's like that's not how you write the fucking character.
Dan, what are we doing?
It's not how that. Oh my God, I hate you people. This is why they'll never let me work at Marvel. No, Brand New Day, the film, I will say, I'm so conflicted because anybody who's listened to any ancillary audio anomaly content knows that I fucking hate the MCU for the most part. Like, I loved Iron Man and Hulk and the first Captain America film.
Oh.
Like, I really liked Phase 1 is what it comes down to.
Yeah, Phase 1 is pretty awesome, yeah.
Most of the stuff post Phase 1, with a couple of exceptions, I've been like, ugh, fuck. And Spider-Man, favorite fictional character of all time. It's why I'm writing the Spider-Man stuff for Audio Anomaly. I hate the Four Home trilogy. I hate everything about this character as he's written. I think Tom Holland is a great actor, but I just find his interpretation of Spider-Man to be fucking insufferable. I hate the choices that are made. I hate what this portrayal has done to public perception of Spider-Man. I have feelings for days. I'm not going to bore everybody. I know I rant about it all the time because it's my special interest and I'm neurodivergent as fuck. But I say all that to circle back around and say, like, to kind of touch on what you were saying, Chris. It's really funny that you brought this up because we didn't discuss this beforehand, but I had a similar thought. This feels like a real movie.
Yeah, right, yeah, like
where the others just felt like, and I know it's still a CGI fest and whatever, but something about this just felt like an earnest attempt at cinema.
Yeah,
for me,
right.
As opposed to just a fucking soulless CGI fucking blockbuster wank fest, which is what the others kind of felt like.
Yeah. I agree. I do enjoy the whole series sort of as its own thing, but I do agree that this one, like, especially like they're doing a lot of stuff like in camera and everything too, which I really appreciate. Like, it definitely like pays off that way. So I love that.
That fucking inside the mask shot.
That was crazy. I've never seen that.
Seen
before,
that,
like,
right?
ever.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, what? How do you like about the fact that they blew the fuck? They showed the Punisher cameo like in the trailer
right away. Yeah,
me.
I was kind of surprised by that. Yeah. It's also really cool, just as like sort of like as a slight tangent, just like the fact that we are getting Punisher in that, because like, you know, obviously started off as a Spider-Man, you know, antagonist, so it's kind of like a cool, like, this is like the first time to my knowledge that we've really seen him like in a movie like that. I mean, obviously he was in the animated series, but like like seeing them interact and everything, and and them like obviously not just like, you know, trying to like play it cool, like, oh hey, they're friends, you know, but like actually like getting into, like, obviously like Spider-Man would absolutely hate like, you know, everything that the Punisher's about, so I'm glad that they didn't just like brush over that or anything, that they managed to hopefully keep it true to that, so that's cool.
I've always liked the idea that Punisher, like, if he's able to figure out that Spider-Man is a kid, I always like the idea, or not that he usually is a kid, you know what I mean? Like in these movies or other works, you know what I mean? I always like the idea that Frank would kind of go easy on Spider-Man.
Yeah, right?
He'd be like, that is a child. I'm not fucking like, you know, I'm not doing this. Like, even in the trailer, I just kind of got the vibe of like, oh man, come on, not like some real antagonism from Frank. It was just kind of like, fucking
this
really,
freaking guy.
Like, yeah. Which you know, no spoilers, but I kind of like that interpretation for Frank versus a young Spider-Man. You know?
Yeah,
so
me
we'll
too.
see.
Yeah.
But the hand ninjas, what the fuck?
That's pretty wild. It's been so long since I've seen like some of the Netflix stuff with like especially Daredevil season 2 and Iron Fist, but I don't remember if they have like the red outfits in that, like they do in the comics.
I think they did.
I feel like did Nobu?
Yeah, no, they
I guess
did.
so.
I'm gonna have to fucking. Now you got me wondering. It's like a Berenstein Bears situation.
I don't remember.
Hold on. I gotta look up the fucking rooftop scene, because that's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
Punisher saves Daredevil. The rooftop. I don't know. Rooftop scene. Let me see, because it's the scene where. Yeah. I mean, okay. So it's shot like a Netflix show. So everybody's wearing. Like, it's all in black.
Yeah,
mostly,
that makes sense.
right? But I think these are meant to be red suits.
Yeah.
Like red. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you looking it up too? Yeah. These are meant to be. Yeah. Okay. Red outfits.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if they're not hand ninjas, I'm just gonna blame the MCU for being sloppy. Because if it's the Marvel universe and I see red ninjas,
better be hand.
How the fuck? Why would you not? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why would you do that?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, that's
Like, if you're gonna have ninjas that aren't hand, make them anything but red. What
exactly
the
like, come on, orange, green, whatever.
fuck?
Um, yeah, I am really curious to see like how this will all come together. We've definitely seen like little bits and pieces of sort of like where the story is going and everything, but it's a lot to balance. Like there's like just like so much going on. You've got like the Hulk and everything. You've got Punisher. You've got Tombstone. Apparently, I guess he's gonna be like an overarching villain, which is cool. For like whatever else, however long this goes on, if it is a trilogy or whatever. You've got the potential of like Jean Grey and everything. Like there's like so much stuff that you've got the hand in there too now. Like like there's a lot of stuff going on.
It's because they're both red, you see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need the red head, you need the red hand. You get them both.
Well, we'll know in like another week whether or not there's a Spider-Man cameo in Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Oh God, that would be crazy. Oh man, I would love that, honestly. I don't know like how the rights stuff works with that, but yeah, but that would be because ideally he would be in there because like you just sort of wonder like, oh, what's Spider-Man doing during the blackout, like everything that's going on right now.
Why? Well, Spider-Man's Fisk is mayor of New York.
Right?
Are we not gonna fucking?
Spider-Man's like, that's fine. That's somebody else's problem to deal with.
What? Like what? But it's like so confusing because it's like Punisher exists and Punisher is out like on the streets killing people in full regalia.
Right.
So this one of two things is true about this film. This film either takes place during Daredevil season or Born Again season 2,
Ooh.
or it takes place after. And if it takes place during, I'm just gonna go, what the fuck? Has Vincent D'Onofrio outright denied being in Brand New Day, or is he implied that he could be?
I don't know. I think with the I don't know. The rights are just so confusing sometimes that I don't remember exactly what he said. It's something about like he can't be in a movie, or I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Wait,
it's
what?
kind of
No,
I don't know
because he was in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And Echo, for that matter.
Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, how that works. I don't. It's all confusing.
Charlie Cox has been.
Yeah,
as
he's
Matt Murdock. Has
yeah.
been
So like, you would think that. So I'd imagine that he would be able to be in it. So maybe maybe we will see like maybe him as like a cameo or something then too. Because yeah, that's true.
I thought the only characters that were any complication at all was like Spider-Man himself.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking the other way around. Maybe I'm thinking that like the complication is that they can't have Spider-Man in a live action show, but they can do anime. I don't know. It's all just a mess.
I think it's oh god. I don't have this on our list of topics, but you just kind of triggered something in my brain. I bring it up. Spider Noir.
Oh yes, I actually kind of forgot about that already.
I wish I could forget about it. Like, I love Nick Cage. I do.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing in that. Have you seen the trailer?
I have. Yeah. He said something like, I think in an interview recently, that he wanted to like what was it? Like he wanted to like play a spider pretending to be a human or something like that. Like that's sort of the headspace that he's going into.
What the fuck are we doing? Why? Like, so okay, I forget who the actual creator was of the Spider-Man Noir character.
I don't remember.
But I remember he made waves on Twitter because he came out a few weeks ago and he's like, "This is not my character."
It's like really very different from the book.
Yeah, well, people are so. Normies were outing themselves because they were like, but you see, he already played Spider Noir. Spider-Verse film. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't the character either. Like,
no, it's
Spider-Man Noir is a character with like an actual history. He's in 2 graphic novels.
Yeah,
like what do you?
Yeah, he's vastly different from how he is in the book. Yeah, that it feels like well, the Spider-Verse movies are definitely like they're earnest in some of their adaptations of characters, but other ones are sort of like there's definitely some earnesty there, but they definitely like sort of make fun of and play around. Like I feel like Spider-Man Noir definitely fits that. It's not like egregious like Ben Reilly, but it definitely like it's not like feels like it's not meant to be like that specific like one-to-one adaptation of like how he was in the books. That's definitely like pretty different from how he is, because he's very much like the sort of like parody of like, you know, detective noir and everything like that, which is definitely not what the book is. It's not like a funny book not at all. So
he's not a detective at all. He's just like he's an angry, like,
it's like a pulp,
counterculture, like, or like not like revolutionary, but you know what it is. Yeah. He's like a fucking, because I haven't read it in a long time, but wasn't it like Aunt May was like a member of the Socialist Party or something?
I think so.
Like she was like, she was like campaigning for workers' rights in some capacity, and it was like catching some negative attention, which I think is how Uncle Ben gets killed. Yeah, and then. Or something. I'm misremembering. I'm sorry. I haven't read it in a long time.
Yeah.
But it was like Peter, like, was like trying to get the scoop on like Osborn and his dealings or whatever, and then like the statue breaks open and like all the magic spiders swarm over him, and like, yeah, that's how he gets his powers. And then it's all about like uncovering corruption and shit, and he kind of sucks for 2/3 of the book. But at the end, like,
he pulls it all together. Like,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's definitely vastly different from where he's sort of been taken. I don't know. It's definitely wild. It feels like it. I don't know. There's like a certain like Sony quality to the things that they do that's not outside. That's like outside of like the main purview of like Spider-Verse and like just mainline Spider-Man, that just like it has that Sony quality to it, which I don't know how to necessarily describe it, but there's something about like their productions that just has this strange feel about it that I sort of like get that a little bit from like you know, Spider-Man Noir. I don't know what it is, but just that I guess like really what it is like just like they're always about like sort of like, you know, taking these characters down new paths and sort of like, you know, straying away from source material and sort of like reinventing them or whatever. That I guess that's sort of like, this is like how that feels too. So it's sort of like pretty in line with like the other like, you know, properties the other like spider characters they've tried to adapt.
Yeah. No, it's just kind of a frustrating aspect of this like fucking world. Where these characters are just kind of action figures that you're just kind of picking up out of the toy box and going like, I don't know, whatever, he looks cool. Like,
it sounds very Avi or odd. Yeah, that I mean, it feels like it wouldn't be that hard to just like adapt it pretty straight. They could make like changes and stuff to like how they see fit, but like just like taking the first like original run and just like miniseries or whatever and just like running with that, like it feels like that would work really well, honestly.
I think the problem is they did Nicolas Cage for the Spider-Verse movies. People thought it was cool. And now for the normies, that is...
They're caging it.
Nick Cage is now intrinsically entwined to Spider-Man Noir. And so when they're like, we could do Spider-Man Noir because it would be a lot more grounded in a way. And they're like, okay, we can't do the actual story of Spider-Man with Nicolas Cage. He's too old. That wouldn't work. So they're like, okay. Now, I think there's ways you could do a very similar story and still have an older Spider-Man, but whatever. I could see how they were like, we can't tell that exact same story. It doesn't work because those youthful elements are gone, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I think going on from that, the problem then becomes like, okay, well, we can't. Sorry, my wife and our friends are having too good of a time, and it's very distracting outside my office door. Sorry if it's getting picked up on the mic.
No, not at all.
It's activating my neurospiciness. So I keep getting distracted because, like, hold on. Do I want to go say something? No, I'm gonna just try to suck it up because I gotta. She knows where I sleep. Anyway, sorry.
No,
like, I think the problem is the Nicolas Cage thing is just too intrinsically tied to the character.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we're gonna do it. I also think the problem is they don't have any reverence for the source material. I don't believe anybody working on the show read a fucking single. They read a Wikipedia article and they saw some art. And I think they just were like, we could do low rent Spider-Man. That's all it was.
Right? Yeah, honestly, yeah, because there's definitely like, like so far from what I've seen just from the trailer, there's really nothing that like really connects it to. It's like they just name alone. There's nothing really that like feels like anything that was like at least inspired or like taken from the comic. It just feels like it's just very, just vastly different from what was done in the original.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad. It's kind of tragic.
Oh.
But what about you? You had something you wanted to touch on with the audience. I can't remember what it was, but I know there was a thing.
I don't either.
Oh, we'll save that for the end actually, because I know what your thing was.
Oh yeah.
Batman.
Yeah,
we should actually save that for after the news. I think.
That's a good idea.
We're very professional on this podcast. Because we were going to talk about Fractions. Batman.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny to like in the middle of news talk about the run and then finish a couple of news items and then go to so we'll
that's more
okay.
Coherent that way. Yeah.
We're very professional. We're so on top of this. We haven't recorded a new episode almost in like more than half a year, but you would never know.
Yes, just like riding a bike.
DC announced some new Elseworlds titles.
Yes.
Which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to take a look at this list?
Oh yes. Yeah, we got Supergirl Survive. We got I scrolled past it. Superman, Father of Tomorrow. It's pretty sick. It's nice, like, like I don't remember exactly. I always bring this up because it was always funny to me. It was like a few years ago, like let's say like maybe like 2023 or something. I don't remember, but they announced like a bunch of like Elseworld comics. And like I think like almost either half or more than half of them were Batman. So it's nice seeing some more variety, especially like Superman and Supergirl. I mean, obviously we've got the Supergirl movie, so maybe there's a little connection there. But even still,
sure.
that sounds freaking awesome though.
I don't care for Dark Knights of Steel. I don't know if you ever read it. I
don't think I've read it, but I've definitely like looked into it a little bit.
So I don't like Tom Taylor's writing to begin with. I feel like he's kind of he alternates between being like a fan fiction writer and then being a fucking edgelord.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean when I say like fan fiction writer? Though? I mean like very wish fulfilling, like you pure fluff and kind of. And again, I don't want to be too derisive. I know why people like some of that stuff. I'm not gonna hate on you. Like I understand. It's not what I want out of my. It's not that I don't want good things to happen, but I don't want pure fluff. Like I'm a diabetic. I can't take. Like I need to have my blood sugar brought down a little bit from time to time.
Exactly.
And then his edgelord stuff, obviously, like. I am using the term edgelord, edgy, correctly, right? Like, it's so edgy.
Like Injustice, like
Injustice, yeah. And so much Deceased is the same fucking way. Like, this is what they do. They bring him in to like go like write the dark, edgy, fucking bleak future of our fucking. I think he's behind true. DC Vampires too, if I'm not wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
It's the most Tom Taylor fucking thing. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up. DC versus Vampires 1. I'm gonna look this up. Oh no, I think it's actually James Tynion.
Okay.
I mean, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you can't blame me.
But he probably was inspired by Tom too. Probably called him up. Okay, what would you do now?
Yeah, probably. No, okay. It's DC versus Vampires. Was not by. Okay. But he does that kind of shit though.
He does.
There's that Marvel The Dark Ages, and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, and Injustice is pure garbage. I hate Injustice. It's misery porn, and it's like, I don't need to read this. Like, I mean, I've read most of the first year of Injustice, and for a while you're reading it because it's like that you're like looking at the car wreck. You can't. Oh my God. But then eventually the shock wears off and you're like, what is this edgy garbage? And then conversely, there's his Nightwing run where it's
Yeah, I haven't read it actually.
Yeah.
I've heard, I hear some stuff is like, it's really good. It's like DC's answer to Hawkeye. And I hear other people it's like, no, it's not all that, man. So I don't know how to feel about it.
also it's a lot of that fucking like, what if Batman actually helped his community? And it's like, I'm gonna kill myself.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
You know, and then how do you go from like Ram V's Detective Comics to having Tom Taylor? You know, like I don't know if you read any of Ram V's Detective, because I don't read a ton of Detective, but I read some of it sometimes. Like, and that was like a really dark, occult focused mystery, like kind of really weird esoteric shit going on, and it was so Batman.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, you know, Tom Taylor up to bat, and it's like, what are we doing?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But other than, so I'm not crazy about Dark Knights of Steel, but like I'm looking at what is it? Superman, Father of Tomorrow, and Supergirl Survive, and both of these sound really awesome.
Yeah, and then the other one. I genuinely missed that. I like scrolled past as I wait, and then I scrolled up and was like, oh wait, Dark Knights of Steel 2.
It is like it's at the bottom, almost like a fucking dirty secret.
Yeah, it's like oh, we got Supergirl, we got Superman, we got Dark Knights of Steel. Oh wait, we got Superman, you know.
The Supergirl Survive is going to be really interesting. That idea of her being like the protector of baby Kal-El is so cool.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before. That is awesome. You know,
right?
The fact if you like look at the fucking if you look at the cover art, like her with this like makeshift baby sling while like toting a ray gun. Like,
that's so cool.
So dope.
I love that. Yeah, that's such a cool idea. Like, I feel like there's like the only thing that I can think of. I mean, I'm not like a Supergirl scholar or anything, so I don't know. But the only thing I can like remotely think of is like, bear with me. I'm gonna say some bad things, but
oh no.
In the Flash, there's like a little bit of that sort of like sort of like what am I trying to say here? I guess implied like Zod's like, oh, you know, the kid didn't survive or whatever, and like, you know, she's all upset because like she's sort of like it's kind of like in a sense like a protector of Kal-El, but it didn't really like go into that in like a very meaningful way. So I think this is really cool. Like just the art for all of these. We don't gotta talk darkness. Just the art is really, it's really like just really cool. Like this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Like, I just gotta buy all the variant covers. I guess I don't know. May as well.
I don't think there's a problem with buying tons of variant covers if the book is good. Like if you're like genuinely interested in the book, I'm like, all right, I'll be toxic. I don't care. Father of Tomorrow really appeals to me too. This idea of Jor-El being the Superman.
So cool.
You know, like it's what if Jor-El, you know, went to Earth instead of. I have to assume there's a reason, like Cal and Lara like died before he could launch the rocket, and so that's why he like goes
sort
off.
of like a Thomas
root...
Wayne kind of thing a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, because you can't root for a guy who's like, sorry, sucker, I'm going to abandon my wife and child and save only me. Or it's like a number of rockets launched to go to Earth, but then like they or you know, and then they get like wiped out, and he's like the only survivor. That's my guess.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like one of those, you know. But you know, if you read the solicit, it's like, you know, when the planet Krypton explodes, a lone rocket escapes the destruction, not carrying Kal-El, but his father Jor-El. Crash lands in Kansas, where a kindly couple takes him in. As he adjusts to life on Earth, Jor-El discovers he can help his new home, not only with his powers, but with his brilliant mind. This is the story of a man of steel and science, and the world he saves.
That's so cool.
I'm like,
sounds
yo,
awesome.
Like,
oh my goodness,
that's
we're so back.
The idea of a man who's already lived a full life and had a family, you know, and presumably has his like alien customs and ways and whatever, and then him being like inspired by the Kents. You know, and he's so like cool. He doesn't have to figure stuff out the way that Clark does. You know,
exactly.
Like,
I think that's like such a cool opportunity because I don't think. I mean, I'm also not a Superman scholar, so I wouldn't know. But you know, I can't really think of like a moment that we've seen like adult Superman like come down to Earth. Like I know like in Absolute Superman, like he's a little older, but he's still like, you know, still like young and
he's
everything.
Still kind of a kid. He's like teenage Cody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like he has like the memory of being on Krypton, but he isn't necessarily like like a full-grown adult that has like stuff figured out. So I think that's such a cool idea. Like I never would have thought of like having Jor-El be like the survivor. And like you mentioned, or just now, and I guess before the call or before we started this, this idea of like having, you know, a person with Superman's powers, but also like, you know, like the scientist mind is a really cool idea. And I'm really curious to see how that will all play out and everything as far as like his Superman exploits and everything will be cool to see.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna get cancer. I cured it. You know, like, and then the world governments are like, you know,
wait,
you can't do that.
We make money on
that. Yeah, you just crippled the pharmaceutical industry. And he's like, you have the means of curing your people of ailments. I don't understand why you wouldn't just give it to them. What? This is so strange to me. Like, I just want aliens to come down and be so fucking floored by the idea of a profit motive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. There's a disease that kills people. You just cure it, don't you? Well, sure, if they can pay for it. Pay for it how? With money. Money? What is money? What? Oh no, you people are demons. Genocide. Like,
there's no curing this. It's over.
Yeah, this is like, I saved the world by turning it into another Krypton.
Oh man.
Let's see. I think there was like one other piece. This is gonna be a long podcast, but that means.
But it's a big return, yeah.
Yeah. These next two are kind of quick because I don't want to get into spoilers for either one. New Punisher series written by Benjamin Percy is really great. Issue number 2 comes out next week, so it's a perfect time to catch up. If you haven't, Frank's back from Weird World after the coming off the events of Punisher Red Band, which was also fun, but it was mostly built on being edgy. I'm a little derisive of edgy works. You know? Like if you're marketing your book on like, look how gory it is. I'm like, I don't care. Like I don't mind violence in my books, obviously, but violence does not sell a book for me because I am not 12. Like you're not marketing this to 12-year-olds. Not explicit, not really. So I don't know what we're doing here. But the story was okay. But this looks really cool. I love Percy's writing. He seems to have a good grasp on Frank. You know, keeping him dangerous, keeping him like a man apart, but without making him a monster. Like, you know, the one thing I'll say is like the writing explicitly makes references to like Frank feeling compelled to help people, which I'm like, thank you.
There we
Christ.
go. Finally.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
hey.
You know, yeah. Like getting engaged with like crime and stuff as a means to like stop bad things from happening, not just like fucking like, you know, I don't like the interpretation of Frank just being a rage monster. I hate that shit. So it already seems like Percy is like, you know, got a good grasp of the character, and I feel like that's been lacking for a while, so I'm happy about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let's go. You know? Even as somebody who liked the Kate's run, there was a lot of problems I had with it and how it handled Frank, you know? Because I was the hand ninja, surprise, your wife's alive, and she hates you now, you know, and Frank was always an absolute fucking lunatic, barely contained, you know. Look at this fucking monstrous loser, you know, all this shit. I'm like, I hate it.
Oh, God. Yeah. Punisher is always like in a really interesting spot. He's either like, I guess you could say it about Whitaker. He's either like really like well written and like taking down these interesting paths, or just sort of like a mess of sort of like demonizing him and everything like that. Yeah,
it's like I don't have a problem if you have critiques for the Punisher. It's totally fair. I just feel like there's a lot of, I've said it before. I'm not going to turn it into a whole fucking divergence on the podcast. I've said it so many times, but I just feel like there's a real disconnect where people are rightfully upset with a lot of douchebag right-wing Punisher fans who completely misunderstand the character, and then that leads to writers having this really disgusted view of the Punisher as a character, where it's just like, you know, we used to have these characters all the time.
Yeah.
And like there would always be cops like trying to catch them and shit, but it wasn't treated in the same like fucking like, oh, they're monsters, they're so horrendous. And it's like, I think it's cool to watch a character use overwhelming military tactics to murder pedophiles. I don't know what problem you have with it, but I enjoy this kind of escapist fantasy. Yeah. I'm reminded of this because I've ranted about this before on our live streams. but I remember, in particular talking about it with Victor, because Victor was like, "Oh, I want to read a Punisher story where Punisher fucks up and kills an innocent person," and I'm like, "That's dumb," because you can tell that story one time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And you're done, and it's like we don't need it. That's not interesting. That's so dumb. Like we're not doing that. And there's an article written by Chuck Dixon, who is a piece of shit, but he is of course co-creator of Bane.
Yeah.
Wrote a bunch of Batman, wrote a lot of stuff in the '90s, wrote a lot of Punisher.
Oh yeah.
Unsurprising for a right-wing asshole, but he did say this one thing which I happen to agree with, which is he talks about the same thing, where he's like going on a rant about like, do you know how many people approach me with the greatest Punisher story? It's like they're always about to tell it's some great Punisher story. It's the greatest. There's never been written. It's so good. It's so revolutionary. And then he talks about how it's always the same story. What if Punisher fucks up and kills an innocent person? and he just like talks about like just developing like an instant migraine and being like, nobody cares. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
This is a story. It's a story people who don't like or understand the Punisher want to tell, and it's so dumb, and we're tired. Like, stop. But all this to say, Benjamin Percy Punisher seems like a return to form. So if you care about that, it's fun. It's cool.
Yeah, I've. Sorry, you go.
No. You. Go.
No,
sorry.
I've read a little of Benjamin Percy. I don't remember what exactly I've read from him, but there's this little like you know how like they have like directors and actors and whoever like oh let's go like talk about movies and they go to like this video store or whatever.
Yeah.
They I forgot what it's called. I'll try to remember to link it in the description. But there's like this little series where they have like different writers and stuff like that and artists and everything come to this comic shop and like pick some comics to like, oh, like what are like sort of like the big things that like resonate with you or whatever and stuff like that. And he was on an episode of that and it was really fun listening to him to talk. And I think he like talked about I forget. I think it was Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. I forget which Swamp Thing that he mentioned, but yeah, it was kind of fun seeing him and talking. He seems like a really interesting and cool creator and writer and stuff like that. That he feels like the guy that is good for the job for Punisher. He feels like it's a comic book couples counseling podcast. There we go. That's it.
That's interesting. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I think I found it because Actually, I don't really fully remember what. I think it was either because Chris Condon was on, or it was because there's like there's a Philip Kennedy Johnson episode. There's Chip Zdarsky. A lot of cool people. And yeah, I think I just stumbled upon it. I just started watching all of them, and it's a fun hearing these writers and artists and stuff like that talk about comics. And his episode was definitely memorable to me. It's probably one of my personal favorite episodes. It's pretty fun.
Lastly, Invincible season 4 just came out today.
Yes, he's still
the first 3 episodes.
He's still invincible.
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's beating up guys.
Yeah, he hasn't died yet.
He's living up to the name.
It's really funny for me because the last time I read the books was in the lead up to season 1.
Really?
I haven't read Invincible. I haven't touched them since. And that's kind of by choice because I don't want to constantly be comparing the two. I kind of was like, oh, this is an opportunity to, the wildest, craziest, edgiest stuff is still to come. Oh. And I'm like, oh boy, I wonder. Have you read the whole series?
I haven't actually. No, I've been thinking about picking up the compendium or I think it's I don't know the big boys. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 books you can 3 or 4 books you can get, and you have the whole series. I would recommend them. The first few issues, the writing's a lot clunkier, but Kirkman gets a lot better as the series goes on. The first arc. Spoilers for season 1 if you haven't seen Invincible, but I guess episode 1. Episode
right
1. Because it takes I think almost 7 or 8 issues, I think, if memory serves, for Nolan to kill the Guardians.
Really?
Whereas
I guess
it's the ending of episode 1. Yeah. It's more so it was one of the changes that Kirkman made to have Nolan kill the Guardians at the end of the first episode, and then have the first season largely be like a reverse murder mystery.
That's
right?
so cool.
Or we know, yeah. Whereas in the comic, it's like it was more like a shock page turn reveal. You know,
Interesting.
yeah, because in the comics, what happens is like most of the Guardians are murdered instantly, except for the Immortal. Like Nolan just super speed punches their heads off or something. the Immortal's like the last one left standing, and this is like the magic of comics, right? Final panel of the page, the Immortal's like, "I never liked you. I never liked you," and then like dies or whatever, and then you turn the page, and that's when you see it's Omni-Man that just killed the Guardians.
That's
the
crazy.
that final page.
That's so cool.
And he's just standing over their bloody guts, and he's like, "The feeling's mutual," and you're like, "What the fuck? What is going on?" You know? Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then it like pretty soon after, like there's a couple of things. There's like the funeral and shit, but it's just like we spent several issues with Nolan before he makes that heel turn.
Cool.
And so it kind of like comes out of nowhere, and then like as the series like goes on, you know, it gets more and more complex. But you know, leading up to it initially, it was very different. And once the heel turn happens, I think the book gets better. I think the early issues are very that same kind of fan fiction-y Tom Taylor ass fucking writing like is there, and then you know, like you know, there's a bit I always think of where you know, Mark loses his job at the Burger Mart or whatever the fuck it is, or the Burger Shack, and he's like freaking out about how he's gonna tell his dad that he like lost his job, and then as they're sitting at the table, his dad is like, you know, I think you should quit that job because you need full time to like be a superhero now. And Mark is like, oh no,
but Dad, I love
dodge
my job.
that. Yeah, and it, like the whole first couple arcs are like that, where it's like nothing bad really fucking happens to these characters, you know. But then there'll be like this like surprise moment of edginess that's like framed as just being quote unquote realistic, and you're like, what? Also, like Cory Walker's art is a little weird for me, and it, like because all these characters have like weirdly defined cheekbones with like lines on their faces and shit. You're like, yeah. Once Ryan Otley takes over the you know Kirkman gets into his own, shakes off the cobwebs, the book really becomes what it was always meant to be, and I'm like, oh, it's so good.
Yes. Oh yeah, I definitely got to read it one day. It's definitely one of the biggest pieces that I've been missing so far. It's really cool. I love like, you know, obviously there's some plays on other characters and stuff like that, of course, but I just love like the creativity of it, just like how it's its own thing and everything. And even though there's been like some like I don't know, like little like spin-off continuations or whatever. There's like what Battle Beast or whatever recently. That I like it's just like its own thing. Like you can't really say that about a lot of like, I mean, you definitely can't say that about like, you know, mainline like Marvel and DC stuff. Like there's always gonna be like, if you kill off Batman, you do whatever to Batman, he's always gonna be back. There's always gonna be another Batman run for the rest of time. But with like Invincible, like it's one story. Like, well, I guess you can kind of take it as two stories with the, you know, like, oh, the TV show story and the, you know, but there's always, you know, it's like, it's not something that's going to be like, oh, here's all new Invincible or whatever, you know. It's going to just like be that story and everything theoretically forever.
Right.
It was if Ryan Otley who decides to write his own. No, it was if Kirkman is like, all right, let's do this again. Let's try it over.
Yeah. No, it's really just interesting, and it is fun. I will say you kind of get you get the most out of both now, I feel, if you've read / watched both. I feel like if you're a fan of one, you owe it to yourself to do the other.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I really like the show, go back and read the comic. If you're a fan of the comic, you should watch the show.
Yeah.
Because Kirkman's heavily involved with all the writing of the TV show, and he's treated the show is like a do-over for him.
I love that. I think that's such a cool opportunity to play around with like what you did in the past and everything, and sort of like refine it, or like, you know, take it like in a different place or whatever too. I think is pretty cool. And like especially like because like as you go on, maybe you like find something like, oh, I should have like done that, but I can do that now or whatever, so you can like sort of like lead into that better. Like if you like introduce like a character like later on that's so cool, but you can like build up to that or whatever earlier in like a, you know, like in the show or whatever or something. So I think that's a cool opportunity for creators to have to do stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, season 4 so far is like cool. I'm into. It's funny what I'm going through with it. I think because it takes so long for new seasons to come out.
Yeah.
My fervent passion for the show is dwindled a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Yeah.
I'm still like happy it's still coming out.
Oh,
I want to see the whole story
God,
completed. Yeah. I think it will. I mean, I think it's always a big streaming hit for Amazon, so I don't think they're gonna stop.
I think it's probably pretty set.
I mean, you could probably do it in like 3 or 4 more seasons. You could finish the whole story, I think.
I'd say so.
Depending on choices that are made. So we'll definitely see it wrapped, by probably like the early 2030s, if I had to guess. Accounting for maybe a couple of year breaks in between because it takes a while sometimes.
True.
Unless I'm tripping, I think they already said that season 5 is greenlit. I can't remember.
I think so.
But,
I feel like I think so.
I could look that up right now. Actually, I could just do that.
Hey, magic.
Season 5, Invincible. Yeah, season 5 is officially confirmed with a planned premiere between February and April 2027.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Yep. So, they're already fucking working on it. Yeah, they made a season 5 announcement back in July of last year.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. That was it for news items for me.
Ooh, yeah.
I think you wanted to talk a little bit about Fraction's Batman run before we got into what we actually came here to talk about today.
Yeah. That's when it was first announced, and like I just loved like everything that I saw about it. I mean, we're obviously like 7 issues in, so we're pretty deep into it now.
Yep.
But the art is like really stunning. I love like Jorge's art. I think it's beautiful. I love like the blue suit too is so cool. Like that's freaking awesome. It matches the tone of the book very well. And I've always I remember, I don't know exactly what got me onto this. I think just like visiting my local comic shop one day back in the day, and I was like, there's like a Hawkeye book. I was like, oh, what's this? And and I picked it up and I started reading it issue to issue by Fraction. And so like ever since then I've been like a big like Fraction fan. I haven't read enough of his work. I need to read so much more of his stuff, especially Sex Criminals with Chip Zdarsky. That sounds like a fun and wild time. But like his Hawkeye book is easily like one of my favorite comics of all time. So like hearing him get announced as the next Batman writer, it's kind of funny since like obviously Chip was like the last one of the last Batman writers before him, so it's kind of funny passing on the Canadian torch there. But
well, and so many people hate Chip Zdarsky's run
right
so much.
Right. It's true.
Like,
so
wow.
yeah. So having that come in and write this has been really awesome. Like it's very much like it feels like it doesn't feel exactly like Hawkeye, of course. I mean, it's vastly different, obviously, but sort of like some of like the sort of those philosophies that he has within Hawkeye, as far as like how like a story. How he's like tells his stories and everything definitely feels very present in here. Like there's like definitely like some nice like sort of almost like slice of life stuff that we kind of get in Hawkeye too, with like I love like the car stuff. I think it's the second one with Tim, the second issue. Like that's so freaking good. I love that issue so much. It's easily one of my favorites so far. And yeah, just all the care that he puts into it, that it's not just like, obviously it's not just a Batman book, but like you get to see a lot of like fun stuff with Bruce. Like there's like the whole date issue that was issue 5 6 yeah 6,
or was it 7? No, was it 7?
I don't I can't keep
it was 6. It would have been the last one. I think it was 6.
The Joker. That it's just been so fun, and it feels very much like I know what you were talking about. It's like sort of like how people like on Twitter like feel about Batman and versus like how Batman really is. It feels like it's very like true to like like Bruce Wayne is like more active than just being like I just got to be Batman to fix Gotham. Like no, it feels like he has much more of like an active role in like Gotham and everything, which I really appreciate.
I love that his new love interest like seems to really like Bruce Wayne and absolutely despises Batman.
It's so fun. So cute.
I also love that like this woman has spent like time in very close proximity to both of them, and Bruce is apparently doing such a great job at disguising his voice with what I assume is a bad Clint Eastwood impression. She's like, I can't tell these people apart. Like, and that's not a criticism. I love that trope in comic
It's
books.
so funny.
Like,
yeah,
I think it's
so much fun.
I think it's fine. But it's just funny to me to think that this brilliant psychiatrist is just like, oh man, these are completely different humans. Like, I don't know. It would be kind of hilarious if we find out a few issues later. She's like, I knew them. What are you fucking talking about? As soon as I met Bruce Wayne, I was like, oh, you're Batman. Like, I, you know, come on, dude. Shit. Like, what do you take me for?
Oh man.
No, I really like it. I like how Fraction was like trying to give equal time to like different members of the Bat family. You know, at least the boys.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I like the I guess if you know, there's like some you know, some mild spoilers, but I like the bit where like oh, what the hell, where like you have like the bit with Damian and Tim and is that the 6th issue too? I think it is. Yeah, like at the end or whatever. Yeah. Where you know he's like, oh, you're a quitter or whatever and stuff like that. I thought that was really interesting, and it was like a very like Damian thing to say.
Well, Damian was all butthurt because his dad chewed him out for being a fucking idiot. Like, yeah, like so having been a foster parent, I feel like I can speak to people online where like, oh my god, Bruce is like so hard on David. I'm like, that was light parenting. What are you
Honestly,
talking about? Yeah. I'm not. I'm being serious. Like, I understand why they're like, oh, it's so shocked, and I'm like, I don't think. Yeah, Bruce was a little insulting, I guess, a little bit, but it was more like him just being like, because like think about it from his perspective, like his son, who should know better, jumped in, you know, completely exposed all of them.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and blew up. I'm sorry, it's normal to be mad about this. Kind of blew up his dad's fucking day.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, you know, like potentially ruined this new relationship that honestly Bruce was like really interested in. Like, and the thing is like Damian's not a Damian's not a preteen. Okay, like Damian's like you know, like interested in girls now and shit. like Damian, like come on, master assassin. I'm not saying that Damian's not a child that's still learning. Obviously he is, but like I think that was an appropriate level of admonishment.
Yeah.
That Bruce.
Yeah,
used.
he's actually like, oh, it's all right, Damien. You know, it's fine. Like, I think he definitely needed to lay down the law a little bit.
Yeah. That was just a tough, and maybe I'm outing myself. I'm actually very against like real like verbal abuse and shit.
Yeah,
I just feel like it didn't cross that line.
No,
I felt like it was very stern.
Harsh
It was very
love,
stern and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a little harsh, but I feel like it was within acceptable boundaries.
Yeah.
I guess people were really upset about the punching of the punching bag, but I interpreted that as him like trying to keep his son from wrecking his hands.
Yeah, true. Because he's probably he probably would have like gone at it for a while and would have messed up his hands and bruised him and everything if he so that does make sense as well. Yeah,
that's how I interpreted that. It's like a combination like break your son out of his like hyperfixation with this shocking gesture, but also like your son is gonna like destroy his hands by doing this because he's like self-harming. Now the criticism I understand is when people say like, you know, given that like Bruce should have been more gentle with him, and I can understand that. But I just don't think that that's quite where Fraction was going with that.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's
exactly
how Fraction meant the scene to be interpreted.
No.
Like, so I'm just like, you know, flag on the play. Like, it could have been better, but I'm not gonna get bent out of shape over it. I think it's fine. The Dr. Zeller being like, Robin is. Your son is Robin, but clearly Batman is some other fucking guy. That's why I'm like, she's got to come out at the end and be like, of course you're Batman. Like, I was giving you an out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I wonder if like if I could see like that happening, like if she's like trying to like have him like say it himself to like be comfortable in that situation, or I would do wonder.
I mean, it would also make sense too, because like the way she was like reacting to the conversation between. Oh, I'm sorry, you haven't read the most recent.
No,
issue,
I
so
just read it actually. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
You caught up. Okay,
yeah.
okay. The way she's like reacting in that conversation between like Bruce and the Joker in the most recent issue, her facial expressions are fascinating.
There were, yeah. Oh my goodness.
I like that she's probably not a secret evil bat. Like she's not like a secret villain.
No,
like she's just kind of a misguided, like, you know, Harley Quinn type is what it seems to be. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
which I mean, like, oh, I can help these people, and it's like, okay, maybe not the
maybe
Joker,
not all.
though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I do like that because she doesn't feel like she's like being set up as like the big like villain reviewer or whatever. That just sort of like you said, like sort of misguided and everything. I think is definitely seems like the route that they're going down with her.
It's always interesting to see like what they're gonna do with Bruce when it comes to love interest, because Selina is so integral to the Bat mythos at this point. And like, even if you fucking hate Tom King like everybody on Twitter does, even though Tom King continues to be one of the most popular writers today, go figure. I will always. I'm so like fucking. Tom King is a war criminal. Okay, how?
Right?
Okay,
like,
how? Can you explain it to me? Like, he doesn't completely denounce his work for the CIA. People point out like that shit where he like talks about like, you know, he's on a panel with like Frank Miller and a bunch of other people talking about how like if you want to write Batman like dropping somebody off a roof, like torture doesn't work. That doesn't work. And you know, it's. People are like, oh, he's such a cringy little asshole, like drawing on his CIA training, and I'm like, yeah, and like,
oh my god,
I'm no fan of fucking CIA intervention. Okay, I listen, I'm a socialist. I fucking I hate regime change as much as the next guy. I'm not saying Tom King hasn't done some things, but I'm like, can we stop being so performatively, selectively angry? Like, Jesus Christ,
right? Like, please,
you know. I don't have to fucking get a beer with the guy to enjoy his comics. I just don't think he's nearly as evil as these people on Twitter want him to be. But the work he did with Batman and Catwoman, even if you fucking hate it, like it really cemented those two in the modern day as being like they're the couple now. So it's like you introduce a character like Dr. Annika Zeller, and it's like, I like this chick, but I feel like this can't go anywhere. Like, you know, like.
Yeah,
it's like Selina's still out here like thinking about like potential futures with Bruce, and then she's over here like I'm here in the Bat books now. Like,
yeah, it feels like it's definitely like gonna be like something that's temporary. Like I could see like, I don't know if like it would cross books. I guess it depends on like who like picks it up next and like sort of like what the mentality is and what sort of the status quo is for the next Batman book. But it feels like something that's like gonna like stay around and maybe be like one of those things that's like, oh, this new character and everything is really fun. Let's keep her here sometimes, like showing up wherever or something like that. But yeah, I couldn't see them like being like the end game, like, you know, she becomes Mrs. Wayne or something like that. That I feel like it's like something like fun for the book and really like lends its well to the story, but eventually like, you know, won't be forever.
Imagine there one day they do a Spider-Girl and Huntress team up book where it's Helena Wayne and Mayday Porker.
Oh my goodness,
teaming up. Yeah, that could be really fun.
Man,
we could do that.
That would be crazy. They're doing all the big like crossovers and stuff now. I mean, that's right there. It's right there. You know. Do it.
Yeah, hey, come on, man.
Come
It'll be really fun. Well, they'd have to acknowledge Mayday's existence. And I hate doing that. So, you know,
they're willing to let Dan Slott create anything he wants as long as it's not Mayday.
Oh man, fucking Christ. But yeah, no. Batman by Matt Fraction. It's really good. I really like it. It's not been exactly universally loved online, but I think it's been generally positively received.
Yeah, it's pretty warm reaction to it. Some people were definitely, weren't too big on like the whole like Tim Drake departure, but it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be the whole book. I mean, it's not like he's just like just gone forever. That he's still in Gotham and everything too. So I'm sure we won't, we'll still see him as Robin eventually. It's just like a temporary thing. But that's like the only really big thing that I've seen people complain about, honestly, from in my sphere of things.
Well, Tim Drake is such a marginalized character.
That's true.
Like, shit's so weird with him. And I'm not just talking about like the sexuality. Like I think some of that was maybe a little clunkier than it needed to be, but that's honestly not the biggest problem.
No.
The biggest problem is more like the way he's constantly shuffled around between identities and status quos at a pace, which is like
true.
I'm Robin, I'm Red Robin, I'm fucking Drake, I'm fucking, like I'm quitting, I'm not quitting, and fucking like, now I'm dating some fucking guy named Bernard who thinks that Bruce beats me or whatever the fuck. Like, fuck. I think that's what it is. I don't hate Tim being bisexual. It wouldn't be my choice, but like, whatever, that's fine. I'm not idiot, so I'm not gonna rage about it all day. I think I just fucking hate Bernard.
Yeah,
like I'm like, what is this character?
Give him somebody better to be with.
Yeah, like that's it. Fuck. If you wanted to have Tim and John date, I would still find it a little cringe because I'm a Tim Steph guy. So I'm like,
true. I feel that.
My thing is more like I genuinely feel like this bi turn like came out of fucking nowhere. But
there
you can justify that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read like every single like Tim Drake thing, like in great massive detail, but yeah, it does feel like it's sort of like a sudden change. It's like, oh, wait a second, something's going on here.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to mine for drama though? Have Tim start going out with John, and then fucking Damien's like, dude, you're dating my best friend. That's really weird.
That would be,
bro, what the fuck?
If we can't have Stephanie, I feel like that could be like an interesting thing. That could be like the next best thing, honestly. I'd be interested to see that. Yeah, honestly.
You could milk.
Yeah,
you could milk that for real family drama.
Yeah.
I would actually be kind of intrigued by that.
Yeah, like I feel like especially like in this run, that would fit pretty well. I don't know, like I don't think we've ever even seen Bernard in this run, but I
think he's in one. Unless
like
I'm probably getting my books mixed up. I think he's like one panel. He's referenced once. That's my problem with Bernard. Is he's like just some fucking loser. Like there's nothing with this character.
Right?
He just shows up and he talks so disrespectfully to Bruce, and we as the reader know Bruce is like one of the most noble superheroes on the planet. So he's being this little shit. And you're like,
you don't know
sir,
how it is, bro.
Like, go to your room, you little piss. Like,
Oh goodness.
But yeah, no, it's a good book. Tim could be handled better.
Yeah.
It sucks that he's gone again, whenever fucking...
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be back. But I also like just the tone of it, too. Like, it's not like... It's pretty, like, light-hearted. It has its fun and everything like that, which I really appreciate. I mean, obviously I like my grim and dark Batman, too. But it's kind of refreshing as well. Just having, like, this nice, like... fun and like he's not like super jokey, but he's kind of like, he's a little sarcastic a bit and everything, and sort of I don't know. I think it's fun, and I think it like has such a cool vibe to it and everything, and just does a lot of stuff right for me personally.
No, I think that's fair. Yeah, it's got that kind of like hopeful tone.
Yeah,
like Batman is still very in character.
Yeah,
but it's like a lighter book.
Yeah, exactly.
I think.
Yeah,
I think that's how it's. That's what it is. There's still that tone of hope.
Yeah, exactly. Which I really love. Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
like nobody's changed. It's just
more hopeful.
Hope persists in this. It's not a dark book, but Batman continues to be a dark character.
Yeah,
while still having room in his heart for the people around him.
Exactly.
And I think that's I said this a while ago. I think this run is actually my perfect Batman.
Oh,
like
yes.
it has that hyper competence that I want from Batman. It has that stoicism, but he's not afraid to crack a little jokey joke, and he takes good care of his kids. He's not emotionally like so stunted that he is clueless, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think this is like perfect Batman for me.
Yes,
really
it's been the most like like hooked, I guess, like most involved I've been in a Batman series. Like, I really haven't read like a lot of Batman series issue to issue. I've only really read like like completed stories and like trades and stuff like that. So it's been really fun to like get into that and read it monthly and everything, and then follow along. That it's really good stuff. It's probably like, I mean, I can't fairly judge because I really don't read a lot of DC, but to me it's definitely like easily like my favorite DC book right now that I've picked up.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. It's definitely one of the ones that I read every time it comes out.
Yes.
So. All right. I think we're an hour
Oh,
in.
yeah.
We're ready to move on to the
Now
main
for
event.
the
I'm a
meat
little
of the
tired, but we're going
podcast.
to power through. Yeah. Woo. The reason you came here. Oh, it's on the thumbnail.
It's time to be...
Batman's probably also going to be on the
Oh,
thumbnail.
yeah, we got to put him there. Yeah, Dylan versus Batman would be crazy.
Dylan, are you fucking
Dylan would get like Dylan is basically like a Arkham thug on. Well, he's a little more skilled than that, but he would get like destroyed instantly.
He'd get fucking annihilated. He'd start talking about the demon told me to kill people, and the Batman would be like,
Shut up.
I know where to put you.
Exactly.
You need to be in Arkham. Like, oh god. Oh shit. So speaking of our man Dylan, let's talk about it. So this was another one of my recommendations. I feel bad. We'll talk about this afterwards. I think like all the books we've done so far have been my recommendations. You gotta give me what we gotta. Yeah,
Moon Knight.
All the published episodes. We were gonna do Alias, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then we pivoted for some reason. I think you had started reading one of my other recommendations before I was done reading Alias. And so you were like, hey, do you want to do this instead?
Yeah.
I think
you're right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. Maybe we can talk about it afterwards. Maybe we'll do Alias or something next. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I got to read all of Alias, though, so fuck it's going to take a while.
That's true.
But because again, that's another book I haven't read like since it came out. So it's been more than 10, 15 years. Like last time I read Alias was before the Netflix shows happened. So it's gonna be oh god, like fucking, yeah.
Oh.
Like last time I read Alias was like before I got together with my wife. Okay?
Oh my
like,
goodness.
When we've been together. Shit. Okay, so. Do you want to tell the audience about this book that I'm sure none of them have read since we only get like 200 views a video?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's by one of the greatest duos in comic history, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. With these, they're these mostly like they pretty much work only with indie with Image these days. They used to work with Marvel and DC a bit. Obviously, like some of like Brubaker's more iconic runs come from Marvel with Daredevil and. Captain America.
But I think they like getting paid.
Yeah, right. So. They basically get a blank check from Image, so like do whatever they want to do, and we'll publish it because they know it sells. They like have such a big following. They're like probably one of the most recognizable duos in comics. I can't really think of too many others to be honest that really like stand out to me. So they write a lot of really awesome stuff. They've written like so many like big like especially like they definitely like hit on a lot of crime stuff. Usually they do some other stuff here and there too, especially like some like occult stuff and supernatural stuff and everything, but they mostly like stick to a lot of crime stuff. And this book, Kill or Be Killed, is very much like this sort of like Ed Brubaker describes it as like a sort of pulp vigilante story where you have this guy that's going up against society and taking out all of these, big bad guys that have their grips in society and are, spreading their toxin and poison and everything. But there's a twist that he doesn't do this like just willingly, as far as like, oh, he wakes up one day, is like, you know what, let me just kill some bad guys. No, but basically in the beginning of the story, he's in this pretty rough place and everything like that. His best friend, who he sort of has feelings for and everything, is seeing his roommate and everything, and that's that's not very fun, like seeing them together and everything. And she sort of has this weird thing with him where like she's like, oh, let's kiss and everything while he's out in the other room, and like it's sort of like like really messing with him and everything. So one day, he decides to jump off a building and everything, and no turning back. But he suddenly gets...
He heard about this Minecraft thing, and he wanted to try it out.
He's like, oh, wait. And then, so he jumps off, and by a miracle, he's saved, and he gets that rush of adrenaline that he's never, like, felt this alive in his entire life. He's like, yes, I'm turning over a new leaf. Like, he gets this rush of, like, wait, I don't want to die right now, man. I've got so much to live for. And then, it turns out, though, that as he's in his room and everything, sort of like, he's ready to change his life. He's ready to tell his best friend Kira, they're like, you know what? I'm tired of this, man. We gotta figure out what's going on here. Do you want to be with me? Do you want to be with Mason or whatever? That in that moment he gets visited by a demon, this sort of shadowy figure that just like comes out of the night and starts talking to him and everything, and says that he's the reason that he survived. That without him he would be dead on the concrete. And he has to, in order to pay back his debt for his new life, that he has to kill a bad guy every month, somebody that deserves to be down in hell. So it sort of leaves him on this path to sort of, obviously, like at first very reluctant because he's just a normal guy and he's never killed a person in his entire life. He's never even thought about killing a person. So it's this interesting story of how
that's a lie.
He gets involved in this sort of this crazy world and everything, and he gets neck deep in the water and everything, and really like gets into like the wrong type of crowd and everything. He gets he starts to like look at like the problems of the city and everything, and goes after the mafia, and obviously like he bites off a little more than he can chew and everything, but it's a really fun book with a lot to say about vigilantism and stuff like that. So it's you described it to me as like a sort of like grounded, like gritty sort of like take on vigilantism, which I think is definitely true to the book, which I think is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it also full spoilers for this book that you should, if it sounds cool, you should stop watching this, get the fucking book, and then come back and give us your subscription and some money over on patreon.com/audioanomaly. I found it interesting that the book almost never condemns Dylan.
No, yeah, it's like, yep. It's not like, Dylan, how could you kill this guy? Like, no, like, yeah.
Like even when the Sharp confronts him at the inpatient facility, Dylan's like clearly got the moral high ground in that conversation. like her, to me, that's how it felt anyway.
Yeah.
Like it felt like he was standing on much more firm ground than she was when she's like trying to be like, who gives you the right? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I forget what he says, but she hits him with all the classic hits, and he says something like who else was gonna what? Like, who else are you gonna do? And I feel like he's then further vindicated because that's when like the Russians are there at the hospital. And he's like, who did you tell that I was coming here? And because he says like your whole system's corrupt. And then the lights go out, and it's like, who did you tell that you were meeting with me here? And she's like, a friend. And he's like, oh, it was a cop friend.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like that, whether Brubaker meant it or not, I feel like that following their conversation almost kind of further vindicates Dylan,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel compelled to like jump all over the place.
Yeah, no, I do too. Yeah, there's like just so much going on. Like there's just a lot of like
the plot is really simple.
It is.
Because it's just like
kill bad guy.
It's and then it like a third of the way into the book, it actually becomes Dylan versus the Russians. And then like everybody else that dies is kind of like an afterthought. Because it's like the mob starts like coming after him. Because I think the first guy he kills, right? Or who was it? No, it's what was it? It was like he kills a Russian.
Yeah, he
and then they send Bogdan after him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kills Bogdan.
Yeah.
And then when it's like, oh well, now you killed Bogdan, and now that guy's like connected to like the top guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come after you like forever. And then Dylan's like, oh, well, I have to take out this entire chapter of the Russian mob then. Shit. Like He saw the Equalizer remake. He's like, if fucking Black Robert McCall can do it, I can fucking do it. Let's go.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's really just like the book just goes, Dylan is having relationship troubles with Kira and with Daisy, and then he's questioning his mental health, and then he kills some Russians. Then Dylan is having some mental health struggles and questioning his relationships with Kira and Daisy, and then he kills some Russians. Like, I say it not to denigrate the book, because I love the book, but that's basically the structure of this book for most of it.
Yeah. I was mentioning this before.
It's not deep.
Yeah, in the afterword, Brubaker, like, he just came off of another great book that I've not read, so I guess I've heard a lot of great things. The Fade Out, which is sort of this like murder mystery that's sort of like I think like loosely
Cold War stuff.
Yeah, like loosely like semi like a little inspired, not like the plot necessarily, but some of like the characters or whatever, by I think his uncle, Brubaker's uncle was like a Hollywood writer back in the day and everything like that, which is really cool. So like he sort of like has that like connection and everything. But that was like a really complex like murder mystery type thing, like probably one of the more complicated books that they've done. They really haven't done a lot of like murder mystery stuff in their image works and everything. So he wanted to write something more simple and everything. He wanted to do he's like, oh, why don't we just do like this, like, you know, this pulp vigilante guy and everything like that, and sort of like ballooned from there and became like this sort of like larger discussion of like, you know, like mental health and everything, and like just the way that like he created like Dylan as like this like unreliable narrator and everything is really cool. Like there's a lot of like great stuff like that. There's like moments where like Dylan's like, oh wait, hold on, this is like a tangent or whatever or something, or he's like, oh wait, this isn't the beginning, I have to go back a little bit actually before we get to this point.
Did that okay, that is one thing I will say about the book. Just because, okay, I hate to criticize the goat, but Brubaker, just because you lampshade it does not mean that it's less annoying.
I liked it in the beginning, but eventually, like, as it went on, I was like, okay,
it
Dylan,
wore thin.
Yeah, Dylan, please.
No, okay, it wasn't just me.
No. Yeah, that's like the one mark that I guess I have against the book. But I just love like the back and forth between like the twistiness of like, is the demon real or not? Like, is Dylan like, you know, like off, like when he goes off his meds
right
or
up
whatever,
until the end.
Like it's very much like, oh, like what's going on here and everything, and just sort of like, especially the stint that he has in the institute and everything, how like the demon's like, all right, well, screw you, Dylan, and like goes away and everything like that, but he's still like, he feels like good about what he's done. He still feels like, you know what, I am like making a difference and everything, and he like even goes after like the guy or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the guy who's like molesting the patients. Yeah, but it's, you know what, it's Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Because you need to have Walt's cancer go into remission so that he can then make the choice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always a choice, but he needs to lose that that sympathetic motivation and then choose to still keep being Heisenberg in order to make the full transition from a likable anti-hero into being like a likable villain. You know what I mean? Like you still kind of root for Walt, but now you're like an accomplice. You know,
exactly.
once it's like, oh, your cancer's gone, you know? And I kind of liken it to that, where it's like Dylan has to have this moment of realization where by the end he's like, I don't think this demon's real, and even if it's not, I don't really shit.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
I'm doing this for me. Like now it's like, oh, buddy. Like, you know.
Yeah, like the bit where like another like copycat killer pops in and everything, and he's like, what, this guy sucks, man, this guy doesn't get it all what I'm doing here and everything. Like, you know, he kills the cop and everything. He's like, I wouldn't do that. Like that really like speaks to like him like being like really committed to like you know, being this vigilante.
The book does this interesting thing, because I don't want to like the book does this interesting thing where it does kind of make it feel like anybody, if they just had some balls, could do what Dylan is doing. Because, like, that's kind of like the treatise of the book. He's like, you know, and he talks about, like, you would think it would be a lot harder to just walk into the head of the local Russian mob and shoot him in the face. But actually, like, it's not that hard. Yeah. Like, you could just do that. Like, if you know, it's, you know, well, he talks about it a lot. He's like, once you've crossed the line, you don't have as much fear anymore.
Yeah.
Because you've already, that anxiety's gone because you've already like become a criminal now. You've already like done the thing. As a side note, because we were talking about Batman, there's a couple of stories, notably like Under the Red Hood, right, that constantly get misinterpreted, where they're always like, see, Batman said that if he killed the Joker, he would kill everybody. And it's like, that's not really what he means. He means like, once you've justified one murder, it's a lot easier to justify further murder.
Exactly.
Like that's
it's not like
what
become
that
like
means.
a mass
It's not
killer.
that he's
It's
like
just,
some
like, that's
yeah. It's just like once I cross that line, it becomes a lot harder to justify staying on that side of the line because you already did the thing.
Yeah.
You've done the thing. So if you could justify it once, like why not fucking do it again? That's why it's so important for Batman. Like I can't kill. I have to have that moral fortitude to stay on that side of the line. And Dylan kind of talks about that where he's like, once I've done this heinous act, it's actually like, shit, I'm not really afraid of doing it anymore. Like, and I think that's real. I don't have experience. I've never killed anybody, or if I have, I certainly won't admit it on this podcast. But as far as I'm willing to admit, I have never killed anybody. So but I always imagined it would be like that. That psychology always made perfect sense to me. You know?
It's just sort of like you get like not necessarily like 100% like numb to it, but you just sort of like it. Yeah, like once you've done something, like it gets easier and everything. Like sort of like riding riding a bike, I guess. That I thought that was interesting too. That they really never like Brubaker's never like, oh Dylan, you're really bad. Like you're doing the wrong thing. Like obviously he feels guilt for killing his drug dealer friend, but that was like inadvertently. But
an accident.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was in a shootout.
Yeah,
and he was firing through the van, and it's so funny because as soon as I saw the bullets flying, I was like, oh, those bullets punching through the van are gonna kill Rex. Rex.
Yeah.
I was like, it was exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah,
like there's no way
he's not getting out of there.
There's also Rex needs to die because now he knows Dylan's
true.
The vigilante, so there's no way he can survive his encounter, which is kind of meta or whatever. But like, still, I was not surprised. Is the point? I'm like, oh shit. But everybody in this book sucks in like a very real way.
Yeah, exactly. Like Kira, like I like how she's not written as like, oh, she's Dylan's girl, but she has like her own stuff going on. Like there's even like the issue that's devoted to her, which I really appreciate. But yeah, she's not exactly like a great person either, especially with like early on with like playing around with Dylan's feelings and stuff like that, and like while she's with Mason is pretty messed up.
Yeah, and Mason's the worst.
Yeah,
guy.
I freaking name it.
Mason is such a piece of shit. Like, the fact that he's like, hey, I know that I've been fucking this girl's brains out like 5 feet from you for God knows how long, and I knew that you had feelings for her this entire time. But now that you guys are together, I need you to respect my feelings, and you should not, do not make me listen to your run through of the Karma Sutra, please, and thank you, Dylan. And Dylan is like, honestly, I think this is the stupidest thing Dylan does in the book. Dylan tells him to fuck off. The reason I say this is the stupidest thing in the book is I'm like, of course he's gonna find your shit. Dylan.
Yeah, exactly. Like now he's got more of a reason. He's got a vendetta now.
I'm like, he's gonna fucking, and he literally he admits through his denial that he's ratting Dylan out just purely as revenge. Like, he doesn't care about the fact that Dylan might be the vigilante. He just wants to get Dylan. He wants to get back at Dylan for fucking disrespecting him, quote unquote. That's what that is. Like, he's jealous and he feels emasculated. And so he's like, I found it for shit, Remind me, because I was speed reading through this to, like, refresh my memory. And this was the one thing I wasn't sure on. I don't know if this is a plot hole or if I missed a bit of dialogue. They talk about, like, Mason's tip, like, not necessarily being enough to convict Dylan. Like, they need Dylan's confession, which is why Sharp goes down there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Mason found the shotgun and the ski mask.
Yeah.
Does he not turn those over to Sharp? I don't understand. Did I miss something?
I don't remember, if he did either. I feel like I don't remember, honestly.
Because if he did hold them back, why would he hold them back?
I could just hand it over. Because I don't think like it. I don't know. I don't remember like explicitly saying that he did, but Yeah.
Hey, we got your gun. We got your ski mask.
Your
Those are like pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
like,
that is a good question though. I don't remember. Yeah, what happened with that?
I mean, because even if you wanted to argue, like, okay, like just because the weapon and the ski mask are there, shotguns are legal to own. The ski mask is legal to own. Those on their own are not.
That's true.
You know,
that's true. Yeah, that definitely because like.
But you can. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Can you do ballistics? Can you test ballistics? Can you ballistic test a shotgun is one of the first thing to come up.
They knew it. They're listening.
Yes, ballistics can be obtained from a shotgun. Well, and then Kira gets his fucking dad's 38.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you fucking mean? What do you mean you got him to the rights? Why do you even need his confession? I don't understand.
Oh, man.
Like, you don't even need that to swing your big dick in the locker room and be like, look, I caught the vigilante. You've already caught the vigilante. It's a good thing. Again, full spoilers in this podcast, kids. It's a good thing fucking Dylan dies in the end, because otherwise his ass was grass. Like, he was done.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, but Dylan sucks in the way that normal people suck. I say he sucks, like, affectionately. When I say these characters all suck, I like all of them except for Mason.
Yeah, Mason actually
the worst
sucks.
part about this book is Mason lives. Fucking, like,
could have gotten one more guy. I'm sure he deserves it.
yeah. These characters all suck in the way that, like, real people that I know and have been friends with and even had relationships with suck.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, we're all human and we all have flaws. That's what I mean. Like, they're all very flawed people. But in a way that's, like, very captivating. It lends authenticity to the story, and I really do appreciate that. Like, Brubaker can make characters cool and likable while still making them real.
Oh god, yeah, he's really good at that, especially like like criminals and everything. Just like throughout, like especially like just in like Criminal, exactly. Like there's like this one character that's like this like punk ass kid, but you just can't help but like feel something for him because of like how like messed up his wife is and everything.
I gotta go back and finish reading Criminal, the first one, because like I think I got to the part where they're at the bar, and I think that's where I stopped reading. Not because I didn't like it, I got distracted and it like didn't finish.
Yeah.
So I got like halfway through the first story, and then I never finished. I have to go back because I know you love it.
Yeah, like the only like I feel like for me, Kill or Be Killed is probably better than most of Criminal, but they're like pretty neck and neck. But there's only like the two best Criminal books I feel like outdo Kill or Be Killed for me, but they're pretty close though. He's just too good, man. He's just too good at what he does.
Oh no, yeah, it's real fucking good. Honestly, I think my biggest problem was the art. I don't dislike Sean Phillips' art, but the thing that kept distracting me is I felt like so here's the thing. Dylan's 28. So he is just shy of 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
I am 36. I'm about to be 37 in a few weeks. Most of my friends are around my age, like late 20s to mid 30s is like pretty much everybody I associate with nowadays on a regular basis. I go to college with a bunch of 20-somethings, but none of us are really friends. Like my core friend group, we're all a bunch of like, you know, staring down the barrel of middle age like Dylan shotgun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you are pretty much exactly Dylan's age.
Yeah.
I know you don't look like that. You don't look like these people look in this book.
That's true. They do look older than
He just there's one panel where Kira looks like she's 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Like, Phillips, what are you doing, dude? Like I feel like what's happening is he's pushing the realism too hard. And it's just completely fucking off base. You know what I mean? Like,
I
think he forgets these are supposed to be 20 to 30 somethings. These are supposed to be young people, and he's drawing them like, you know, like characters from Criminal.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Right. Yeah. I definitely feel that too. Like the designs, I like the designs of the character, but the actual like look of their like faces and stuff like that, they do look older than they should be. It's kind of like a it feels like not quite to the same extent, but like an early like thousands movie where like you've got like a bunch of like 30-year-olds playing like teenagers and everything.
High schoolers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, real. Yeah. And I I normally don't have strong opinions on art because I'm a writer first and foremost, but I notice bad art when it like distracts me too much.
Yeah.
And this was like one of those things where like I was sending you panels, like there's some stuff that I think looks stunning.
Oh, yeah.
But just like some of the faces, I was like, oh shit. Like what are we doing with like jump scare? You know?
Yeah, I definitely feel that he's got like it's thing that he's good at drawing, and he's definitely like drawn some pretty solid like younger people, but he's definitely like more of like either like a kid or like an adult, but like not like as much in between.
Mm-hmm. I did think it was weird what happened with Daisy.
Oh, yeah.
How does he handle black? How does he handle black characters generally?
Pretty well actually. Yeah. He's pretty good at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because so for those who are just kind of interested in this book generally, Kira is the main love interest for Dylan, and there's all kinds of complicated messiness going on there. But at one point, she kind of distances herself from Dylan, and around this time, Dylan ends up reconnecting with an ex from earlier in his life, and her name is Daisy, and she's a young black woman. She's she works in an art gallery, and her and Dylan have rabbit sex constantly. They seem to fucking pick up right where they left off, and it seems like she seems really cool and really supportive. And at one point, she discovers the art that Dylan's dad had done before he Minecrafted himself. And just like, wow, this is like really cool. And he's like, yeah, it was my dad's. He offed himself. Like, this is like all I have of him. And she's like, yo, I could like show this at my job. It would be really awesome. They'd probably be really into it. And he's like, yeah, not interested.
Yeah.
And then she does it anyway.
Oh.
And Dylan is understandably
kind of weird,
really upset, and they break up off screen.
Yeah, that would have been kind of I can kind of see like this.
It's so weird.
Of it, but yeah, that would have been interesting to have like seen like how they would have like handled that or whatever. Because I'm sure like Dylan would obviously have been pissed. But yeah, that was kind of weird.
It feels like she was literally just a plot device to get us like to the. I don't even know what we get out of it.
I don't know
because there's no consequences from for Dylan's dad's art being shown.
I don't know.
It kind of renders her. I'm trying to think. I guess the only thing she really does to move the plot forward is because they're banging like rabbits. Kira's hiding in his closet. And that's how she finds the pills and is like, these are not what you think. You're taking what did she say? It's like watered down Valium.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Holy shit. Fuck you, Rex. What are you doing? I forget. Was Rex deliberately lying to him, or was he just taking like was Rex lying to him, or did he know that he was taking basically shitty Valium? Do you remember?
I don't remember actually. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, because it kind of goes into that whole thing of like us constantly questioning Dylan's mental state. Yeah. Because, it's like, oh, I was off my meds. But then Kira finds out from the pharmacist that like the meds he was taking were not antipsychotics in any way. So even when he was like, it shouldn't have mattered whether he was taking them or not. It's like it wouldn't have stopped the,
Yeah.
So like,
exactly.
I wasn't seeing them while I was taking the meds. I wasn't seeing the demon while I was taking the meds. It's like, but the meds weren't doing anything to reassert your grasp on reality, buddy. Like, that's not.
Oh, Dylan.
But so yeah, the book keeps going back and forth about whether the demon is real or not. And one of the things Chris and I were talking about before we jumped on the call and started recording properly is I think we're both in agreement that the fact that the book doesn't ever definitively answer the question is the right choice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It really is that. It would be kind of like, it would just take away the specialness and the interest of that particular like thread line that's running throughout the whole book if it just like gave you a straight answer. So I think keeping it ambiguous is much more interesting to me personally.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't think. Well, except for Fatale, I don't think Brubaker ever really delves into like supernatural shit. So I mean, there's an argument to be made that maybe like if you infer from that, like there was probably no demon because he almost never goes into the weird shit. But there's always one. There's always one, right? Yeah. So, and Fatale exists also. So, like, I don't know, like, because I think that's like about an immortal woman or something. I haven't read Fatale.
I haven't, but I haven't read it either yet. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, about a immortal woman. Yeah.
It's like a woman who like can't die, and then there's like some guy like chasing her throughout the decades. Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
I could be totally wrong.
I think you're right.
I thought it was like some almost like love. It's like got like Lovecraftian imagery on some of the covers. Like I thought, but I don't know if this is what the book is, but actually the idea of a deadly like femme fatale character who's secretly like some Lovecraftian entity is fucking amazing.
That is pretty sick.
I hope that's not what the book is, because then I'm gonna write it.
Oh,
like,
true.
Let's go.
True.
But I felt really sad for Dylan. I thought it was an interesting choice when he's like, surprise, I've been telling you this story from the afterlife this entire time.
That is interesting, yeah. Yeah, especially with the way it ends. It's like, oh, guys, everything is fine, you know, now I'm working together with the detective. We're like, hey, you know, let's
I like happy endings, but I was reading that and I'm like, this is
I was like, there's no way. There's no way that happened.
How did you like? I like when characters, even bad characters that I like when they pull through at the end. I don't always think they need to die for their sins or whatever. I'm not one of those people. So I would have been fine if Dylan had survived somehow. Just sell it to me, you know. But I just didn't believe the happy ending as I was reading it. I was like, this makes no fucking sense. What are we doing? And then
Surprise.
like when did this just turned into Batman? What the fuck? And then he turned the page and he's like, that'd be nice, but no, actually I fucking died. Like, but let's talk about the ending. The ending. So Kira gets a whole issue devoted to her, leading, you know, and I think that's important.
Yeah,
because you really got to delve into
her wife is pretty. Yeah, like jeez.
Yeah, and like, it's important because I mean she's not fucked up in the way that Dylan is, but I think it's important to kind of lay the stage like this woman has some damage.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you know, then you get to the end and it's kind of like you know, Dylan dies. He takes a bullet for Sharp, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Like that Dylan got to die protecting somebody, like, you know, and which then sets up Kira's descent into madness, though, because Sharp is like, oh, I'm gonna do a good thing and I'm gonna tell his girlfriend, like, hey, like, you know, he somebody should know his whole story. I think, as an aside, I think that's kind of, again, a minor criticism of a book that I love. I feel like a lot of characters make choices that are specifically there to move the plot to its inevitable conclusion.
True. Yeah.
Like, you know, like, why did Sharp really need to get Dylan's confession? I think the book says it's ostensibly about ego, more or less, but it's like, no, she needed to get the whole story from Dylan about the demon and everything else so that she could then tell Kira and we could get the stinger at the end, which is kind of lame. But, like, I'll buy it. I'll go with it. You know, whatever. But we established that Kira's kind of fucked up in her own way with her own family issues and trauma and whatever. And then when Dylan dies and Sharp tells her the full story about the demon and everything else, Kira is frustrated. I appreciate that she never gets mad at Dylan.
Yeah.
She's never, she instead, Dylan all through the book has been like, this world sucks. When he thinks that the demon is definitely not real, he's like, okay, the demon isn't real, but also fuck this world, man. Like, there's so many evil, vile people. Like, what the fuck? We just okay with this? We just let this happen? And then Dylan dies. And Kira's thing is like, she's like walking home, she's ruminating, and she's like, this world is fucked. It killed Dylan. Dylan deserved better. I'm so mad. I'm so pissed. Why do we let this world go on like this? Somebody should do something. Don't you think? And they're like, she's the last words are, don't you think? And she's looking in the mirror on the last page, and the demon is standing behind her. The same demon that Dylan was seeing. And as I was talking to Chris before we recorded today, it's like, is the demon actually there? Is the demon just there as a symbolic gesture for the reader? Because she doesn't react to the demon, seemingly.
Yeah.
But, like, does that mean that the demon is only there for us? Does she see the demon? If she sees the demon, does that mean that the demon is real, or does it mean that, Kira has heard about the demon, she's seen Dylan's dad's artwork where the demon originated from? Did she knows about Dylan's half-brother? That was a whole thing we didn't get into, but Dylan's half-brother killed himself because he was talking about a demon that he kept seeing, and it's like, has the demon actually transferred to her? Is she its new, is it now riding along with her, or is she just interpreted all that? Has she taken all that? Is it now like a generational trauma thing? Not that they're related, but you know what I mean? Like they were lovers. So it's like kind of like, if you treat lovers like that who loved each other as family, then I mean generational in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it moves down the chain. Like how is that meant to, and the book doesn't answer. These are things you could draw your own conclusions, like what you think is most likely. I tend to think it's metaphor. I don't think the demon's real.
Yeah.
I think it's generational. I think it's just showing those ideas have now infected Kira, and you can presume she's about to kill some motherfuckers.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
That's how I see the ending of the book. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I'd have to agree as well that I like that sort of the metaphor of the demon pushing forward and everything like that, doing something like that, for the greater good and everything, sort of almost in a way if you will, tarnishing your own soul to better society and everything like that. And I think that's really interesting. I like that it's very open-ended, whether or not the demon is real, because there's still as we've been discussing for the past little bit, that there really isn't any sort of necessarily definitive answer, just sort of left to you to sort of decide. And I like that idea that the demon is these ideas and everything, these ideas to become a vigilante and everything, and pick up where the work is left off and everything. That's the idea is transferred from person to person and everything, and people that have been affected by a person that already has these ideas or whatever and stuff like that. That I think that's a pretty cool way to look at it, that I really like, and feels fitting for the book as it all is tied together.
Yeah. Do you think the book is encouraging vigilante justice?
That's an interesting question, because it definitely doesn't
condemn it.
Yeah.
At all.
It's true.
That's why I'm
true.
whoa.
And this sorry, go ahead.
I'm not pearl clutching, but I feel like this book is saying you need to go grab a shotgun
and make some things happen.
Things that are totally within the bounds of YouTube TOS. Am I crazy?
Because I can't think of
what do you think?
Because I don't know,
I'm open to another interpretation. I'm asking because I was just kind of that was the thing that shocked me on a reread. I'm like, wait a minute.
The thing that was interesting to me is if you look at the chronology of when this came out and everything, and I don't know how long Brubaker's necessarily been sitting on this idea, or why suddenly I mean, obviously there's as he mentions in his own words, is after the fade out, really wanting to have something that's not quite as intensive like that, and sort of he was talking about his childhood, looking at reading old pulp stuff or whatever, and he wanted to emulate that with this. But if you look at when it came out, 2016, and not early 2016 either. So it's what, you gotta wonder, what he's trying to say.
It's interesting, but I don't know if they're connected, because he doesn't go after
if anything,
he mostly goes after criminals. He doesn't go after politicians. He doesn't go after anybody with explicit right-wing ideas. For God's sake, he wears a Ronald Reagan mask to stab an assassin. So if anything, you could argue he's wearing a mask representing the conservative of all time to stab a bad guy in the neck. I don't know, man. That's I don't. Yeah. So I mean, I love anti-Trump commentary. I'll jerk off to it all day.
It's definitely not. No, but there is definitely a line that's almost like a throwaway line, but it's Dylan's off on one of his tangents. I think it's later in the book. I think it's before he goes to the Institute, but it's like a little like right before that or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's definitely like a line of narration or whatever. But he's like ranting and everything, and he's like talking about how like like the politicians are like the distraction, like politics is a distraction, and it's like it's about good and evil. It's not about like this sort of like side or whatever. I wish I remembered exactly what he said, but that sort of like got me like interested.
I think I vaguely know what you're talking about though, and that's a sentiment I do agree with. I tend to get a little annoyed when people are like, they're trying to distract you from what's really going on, and I'm like, really, what's really going on? What as opposed to what? What? Like holy shit! Like I know, like they're doing a war in Iraq to distract from the Epstein files. I don't think that's really what's happening. If you ask me, I think Netanyahu has compromising definitive proof about Trump doing something,
yep.
and he's like, yes sir, Bibi, time to go fucking commit war crimes in Iran. That's my personal feeling. I'm not saying that's been proven. I subscribe to that theory. So I don't, when people are talking about like, oh, they're trying to distract you, I'm like, just distract me from what are you fucking talking about? But I get what you mean though, like a distraction in the sense that like we get so caught up on party lines and we don't focus on like morality.
Exactly.
We don't ground our axioms and just like talk about like what we think is like the most good for people. Yeah. No, I that's a sentiment I wholeheartedly agree with. But again, I think that just goes back to this book. I think this book is advocating for you to do a little
right?
something.
I mean, like, especially like, it has its relevancy in the past, but especially now with everything, it's like, well, if no one's gonna do something about it, you know what?
Yeah, he literally is arguing with Sharp, and like I forget. I think we talked about this on the pod. I can't remember if we talked about it while we were recording or not, but like, I think I mentioned it. But yeah, the fact that. Sure. Yeah, it was one of the first things I brought up. Sharp throws out all the staples about why killing is bad.
And you just like deconstructs it like so fast. She's like, well, it's kind of up there like, the system.
Yeah. And here's the thing. In real life, I think I agree with Sharp. I just don't think that she conducted herself very well here.
Yeah.
Like, I've always said, I love the Punisher. I love Batman. I love superheroes in general, but I even love like really lethal vigilantes like the Punisher. I was rooting for Dylan through much of the book. I found him very sympathetic. My thing is not that I don't think that nobody should ever die ever. I don't agree with that in real life. I just feel like generally for the fabric of society, it's not good for us to be killing people extra judiciously. I can't talk, but that's a hard word to say, but that, you know what I'm trying to say. That's always been my thing. It's not about a moral outrage over like you killed a serial rapist. I'm like, do it again. But I, as much as I'm like, you're a good person. I don't begrudge you. I just think like overall for the moral fabric of society or the order of society, exactly. I think it's bad if we're all just running around taking justice into our own hands because you can take that too far very easily.
Exactly.
The order can crumble and then we have lawless anarchy bullshit going on. That's why I don't like vigilante justice. On its own, in isolated cases, I'm like, good for you. I just don't know how far we want to take the advocation.
Exactly.
For it. That's how I feel.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah, that's like, like the idea of eliminating like absolute, scum of the earth is great, but like you don't want it to like just like descend into chaos. That there has to be order and everything. That it can't just be, because then you could like people could come up for whatever reason to kill whoever and stuff like that. Whether it's like like as strongly like morally correct or like it just sort of gets like really messy as it like goes on. So it's like
Well, we've talked about it before that like in the end when he was a Spider-Man villain, the Punisher's arc originally ended with him going crazy and killing like jaywalkers and stuff. Because that was meant to be like a cautionary tale about like it's like a Rambo story. And of course we retconned that when the character proved really popular and spun out into being a character on his own. Like and it's like actually he was like mind whammied by Jigsaw. But that was clearly not what the intention was at the time. And so, but like that's kind of like a heightened example of why it's like so bad. Like everybody, I think most people that I care to listen to would agree that killing like a known like child predator. Nobody's gonna like. You know,
Oh yeah, whatever.
Assuming they did in fact do it, nobody's gonna cry too many tears.
Yeah.
Generally, like, oh, you preyed on like young girls. Okay,
Bye-bye.
you go in the pit. You go in the machine.
Yeah.
But like, then there's also the problem of like, but what if you get it wrong? Which goes back to the Punisher debate of like, in real life, I worry about what if you get it wrong. I don't want to read a Punisher comic if I have to go, what if Frank gets it wrong? That's not why I'm reading a Punisher comic.
Like, trust Frankie.
Yeah, no, Frank has a magical radar that makes him right all the time about the people he murders. Like, that's the thing. Here in this book, he shoots a fucking sex worker and she survives. Yeah. He didn't want. I forget. Did he shoot her accidentally, or did he just feel like he had no choice? He was like flailing because she was like attacking him. I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's like early in the book. He's like he's new at this, and he like. I think he had to. Like,
like he couldn't. Yeah, get off. Yeah, she was like beating the hell out of him.
Which is. Yeah. Well, it's like when he like extricates himself from the cops, he like shoots the door. To like get the cops to fall back. I love the way Brubaker talks about guns, by the way. I love how he's like, yeah, shotgun's so much scarier than a handgun. And I'm like, that's so real.
True.
That's so real.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, like Dylan, like, fucking, I thought he was going to shoot some cops. And I'm like, don't shoot cops, Dylan. That's fucking stupid. I'm as ACAB as the next person, but like, you shouldn't shoot cops.
No.
That's bad for business. As we swiftly evidence, because once Dylan's no longer around, the copycat's like fucking asshole. Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, but it truly is a memorable book, especially like I'm pretty sure it's the first person that he goes after, the molester guy. Like that was
so
gut-wrenching, man. Like just the kid, like just like being like so casual about like what like
it's so real.
Dude, that hit, man.
Because at first, when you're reading it, like when he first says the thing, I can't really repeat it on YouTube, but when he first says the thing, you're like, oh, that's just a dumb boy being a dumb boy. And then he says like, oh, my uncle or whatever, or my cousin, my brother. My brother.
Like, oh.
My brother does it with me all the time, and it's like, I'd kill him immediately.
Right.
Like, dude, where is your brother now?
He's not going to be there anymore.
We need to fill his belly with buckshot the hard way. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. I'm guilty of this trope myself. I literally did it in the first episode of Apex Shadow. But like I do notice a lot, like it's almost like I know, so people will say that you need to be very careful about using rape because it can be tacky, and I do understand and agree with that. I'm not above using it, but you have to use it judiciously, and I get that. I feel like there's kind of an element of that where it's like, CSA. We use CSA as a really quick way to get you to be like, fuck this guy in particular.
True.
And like, it works, but we use it so much, it almost feels like a cheat. You know what I mean? It was fine here. It's fine here because it was like set up decently. I'm just noticing like, that's another trope that I feel like is maybe a little overplayed. Like getting your grim Avengers to go on a rampage because CSA, we can all agree CSA is universally bad, right? It's just a little cheap. It's a little easy.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, I get the idea. Is you want his first kill to be somebody
like really
like
unequivocally deserves it.
Yeah. I get it. It was just something I can't help but notice. These writing classes getting to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, But
yes.
I don't know. I feel like we're kind of petering a little bit. Like I said, the book isn't that dense.
No, it's true. It's only
really
like
good,
20
but there's
issues, and it's pretty
and they fly by.
It's basically like a lot of it is like setup, kill, and then like aftermath / setup for next thing, sort of that. That's sort of like
and so much of the. And so much of the book is prose.
It's
That's
true.
the thing we haven't talked about.
Dylan is like is yapping,
so
man.
much of it is. Yeah, like so much of the book is literally just like a couple of smallish panels off to the side, and then like a whole fucking column
a little bit
text.
of that Bendis type.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm a Bendis enjoyer. I'm a Bendis defender.
I'll defend Bendis the day I die. I haven't, as a very random side tangent that sort of mildly relates, but I picked up Goldfish a few weeks ago. I'm gonna read it soon. I'm excited. I've never actually read any other
cool.
non Marvel Bendis stuff, so it'll be cool.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's pretty early on. I think it's before what's that? What's the other one? Jinx? No. Is it Jinx? What is it? My mind. Yeah, from 1994. Yeah, so it's pretty early on in his career. He did the art for it and wrote it, so it's pretty early.
Oh, he did the art for it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that he did art.
Yeah, he did in the past, before he became a big writer man. Before he became the face of Marvel for a decade.
What the fuck? I've never heard of this. I feel fucking so weird. I've never...
Yeah.
I'll have to grab
think it's
this.
one of his first. I don't know what his first is, but I think it might be either his first or pretty early on in his career though. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, what a guy. I love Bendis. Even when he's not hitting as hard, he's still got some heat sometimes.
He's lost a lot of the sauce. I think he's past his prime.
Tens, his Guardians is alright, and Civil War 2 is not, and his Return to Jessica Jones. It has the final volume is really good, but the other two are still pretty good, but not quite where he was with Alias, and even the Pulse is really great too. Yeah,
and it's frustrating too because that's a character he created.
Yeah, right.
So
It's who else but him, you know? So yeah, but still,
apparent fucking Lee.
Sorry.
No, it's just apparent fucking Lee. Anybody else but him? He's lost the sauce. Right. But you know.
But he had it though. He really had it.
He really did.
Yeah.
No, and people that shit on his. This is an unpopular opinion. I am a writer first and foremost. Obviously, I don't have much artistic talent with traditional art, but so I know I'm biased. I stand by the fact you have to have good writing to make a comic.
Oh God, yeah, I'd be bored out of my mind if the comic just sucked, but the art was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It would still be great to look at. But
I don't care.
I just I gotta get connected to the story, not the art.
I've never picked up a book that has incredible. If a book has incredible art, but I read the description and it's
Ew.
I don't want to read that.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna buy the book.
Yeah, 100%. That obviously they work hand in hand. If the book has terrible art, but the writing is great, you can still sort of look past it, but it definitely hinders it a lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I've been chastised for saying this in the past, but I really do believe it. I'm no, I care about the story infinitely more than the art. The art is important. But I care more about the story. So when people are Bendis is fucking dialogue, and I'm but the thing says dialogue balloons are covering up is just people in rooms.
Exactly. It's what, like in Jessica Jones, there's a lot of that. There's it's a classic thing that they do a lot in Jessica Jones, where it's basically the same panel as the character's talking and everything, and it's a bunch of dialogue back and forth between two characters, and it's awesome. I love it. I think it's great. The art is pretty simple in that regard there, but just the writing just lends itself to be really interesting, so it's not it's held back by simplistic art in that regard or anything like that. But yeah, it's kind of I just feel that just in general with just stories in general, video games. If a video game has the coolest mechanics but the story is garbage, it could still be fun to play, but it won't leave an impact on me. So yeah, I think story is really important.
I feel the video games have an easier time engaging you because of the stimulus provided by the gameplay. Yeah. I agree that games are better if they have a fucking compelling story, as opposed to not. Right?
Yeah. It's not always
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying video games have an extra advantage where the gameplay can hook you more. But you're right.
That's true.
You get what I mean? I do agree with you. But yeah, Killer Be Killed, man. What a fucking ride.
What a heater. Yeah, it's definitely because just having read, I've only read a few of their works. I've read all of Criminal. Well, I say a few, that's 11 books, but as far as their series the series go, I've only read Criminal. I've read the first volume of Incognito, which is great, and I've also read Pulp, which is also great too. But I was like, oh, how could they like top like some of the best of Criminal? I was like, well, like this, it really just feel like
this,
one of their
go.
one of their best works together. Personally, I think it's really really great. Even if like in some instances like Sean Phillips' art doesn't quite do it as much justice. I do love like I think the thing that I do love about the art. Well, there's a lot of things I love about the art besides like the characters looking like they do look older than they probably should, but especially Dylan. And Kira too, honestly. Yeah. But
yeah, well, because you get a lot of face shots.
Yeah,
like really focused like face shots. So there's more opportunity for that. Like, I want to say uncanny valley, but that's not right. But just like that poorly aged face is like, what the fuck?
Right.
I feel like what he was doing was he was model. I think what happened, and I could be wrong, I think he was using references for people that were in their like 30s or 40s.
I could see that. Yeah.
And he didn't, and sometimes he would remember to alter the reference a little bit to fit the age of the characters, and then other times I think he forgot.
I could see that. Yeah, I could totally see that because there's like I don't remember if there's one in this book. I feel like there was. I don't remember who it was though, but it always seems like there's like one character that kind of looks like him in each book. It's just kind of funny. Like there's definitely like a criminal character that's like probably like somewhat inspired by him. Like as far as his look, it definitely looks like Sean Phillips, but like, and he has his like son's name, Jacob. But anyways, and there's also like a character in here that looks like one of the criminal characters, the nurse guy or whatever in the institute kind of looks like what's his face, Tracy a little bit. Maybe it's just the hair because they both have like the really light blonde hair, but he kind of has like a similar like facial structure. But no, yeah, the thing that I love about the art though, especially like when it comes to the coloring, it's just like it's it's sort of like it's a very like grounded story and everything, besides like some of the like more supernatural elements of course, but it's like like
apart from the fucking demon and shit,
that's normal. But it takes place in this like I don't want to say like mundane setting, but just like a like just New York, like it's it's sort of like drab and not like necessarily colorless, but it's definitely like not like the brightest, most beautiful like place in the entire world. But just the way that the color pops, it doesn't feel like it's like distracting, but it feels like it has color. It's not like all muted and stuff like an MCU movie. It actually like lives in its color and stuff too, and it isn't afraid of that. But it keeps it like toned down. It's like not muted, but it's like just like the perfect balance. I feel like is really what I liked about the art is that sort of the look of it. I think matched well. It didn't feel like too bright and like flamboyish, but it felt like it was real, but it didn't have to be like colorless,
Yeah, no, I agree. Sorry, I'm a little
no.
I think we should probably wrap this up. Do we have anything else that we wanted to say on the book? Because I feel like we covered
I think that's it. Yeah. You guys, if you never checked out an Ed Brubaker book or a Sean Phillips Ed Brubaker book, this is definitely a really good place to go. It feels like to me like a book that like like everyone should read at least once in their life. I don't know, there's something about it just struck me as like this feels like a book that like people should read at like like say like in their mid-20s or early 30s or whatever. That I don't know, there's something about it just like
Dylan's right at that age that he could speak to both older and younger people.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like I as somebody who just started college in their late mid to late 30s, like I really kind of related to that moment where Dylan's like kind of hating on himself for being 28 and being a grad student. I'm like, well, imagine being older than you are now and
Dylan.
being an undergrad. Like, fuck. But I still found it relatable. I'm like, like, shit, man. Like, no, but he really bridges that gap.
Yeah,
that's cool. So.
That's so good.
He's a fun protagonist. He's very flawed, but you root for him. It's cool to see him go on his little murder spree while the demons whisper sweet in his ear.
Right. He feels like
the demon's like fucking like this guy. this guy's an arsonist. This guy's a pedophile. Like, you know,
Like,
she
John, what are you
poisoned her
doing?
baby. Like, fucking,
Get your job done. Yeah.
yeah, can you imagine what that must be like to be walking around and having to listen to that all day? If you're not crazy already, it would drive you insane.
Exactly. It kind of feels like I can imagine like almost like Venom with Eddie, just like, oh, you know, we could do all this bad stuff, Eddie. I could just rip off that streetlight and beat up people. But
why would we do that? Oh no.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like Brubaker was perfect for this story, because like it feels like to me like Dylan could be like a pretty like written by somebody else, he could come across as really obnoxious and like pretentious, but like Brubaker like adds enough like charm, like just his writing is just like able to like make these like otherwise like pretty horrible people like quite charming and fun to read, and like you kind of root for them. Like I feel like it just like it worked so well that he was like the perfect person to
his characters tend to be really self-aware.
Yeah.
There's that moment where Dylan realizes that one assassin is there for Kira, and he's able to get the jump on him.
Yeah, he's like, wait a second, I can mess with this guy, yeah.
And he literally just stabs him in the fucking neck, you know?
Yes.
He's like thinking about it, and he has this like back and forth where it's something he's like, you know, I felt really angry and indignant, but it wasn't like some bullshit about like, you know, him coming after my girl. And then he's like, or at least it wasn't all about that. You know, like he like lampshades the fucking toxic masculinity and goes like, it wasn't that. Okay, maybe it was a little bit that, but it was also this like more like, you know, like noble aspect as well. Okay, they were both there. I don't remember the exact phrasing, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And his characters tend to do that a lot, I feel, where the self-talk is like it's very real. It's very like self-aware. And so you'll be thinking a criticism of the characters, and sometimes it almost feels like they're talking to you, and they go, all right, now you'll be like, wow, that's really fucked up. And then they'll be thinking to themselves, no, I know this is really fucked up. And I'm like, oh man. Okay, as long as you're aware.
Yes, yeah. Brubaker's such a veteran, and he's I don't know, man. He just got it, man. He's just so good. I just can't help but fan out to his stuff, and just the way that he writes just like really strikes a chord with me. That it's very like you said, like I think self-aware is a really good like way to say it, and like very like playful and stuff, but not like to a fault either. Like it just sort of like is part of like its style, not just like it gets in the way as much. I feel like here maybe like, you know, the sort of the narration and sort of like the as we mentioned earlier, like the like, oh wait a second, this isn't where we're at in the story, hold on, let me go back. It gets a little egregious, but otherwise though, it really just works.
I have a lady friend. Well, we're not friends anymore, but we used to be friends, and Kill or Be Killed is one of the comic books I was able to get her. I lent her because I owned all these books in trade paperback.
Hell yeah!
I know you said you got the compendiums. I got like the volumes. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. I got them as they were coming out. And I just lent her the books, and she read them, and she was like actually like floored. And I was like, yeah, there are all kinds of comics like these out there. And I'm like, we talk about like, how do I get a normie into comic books? And people are always like, give them something like Watchmen.
No.
And I'm like, you're fucking stupid.
I always say when people
Watchmen is
for that.
It's the dumbest shit. It tells me you don't understand Watchmen. Which, to be fair, I don't like Watchmen that much. I think Watchmen is overhyped, and I think Alan Moore is overhyped. I think Alan Moore needs to shut up and like go back to the old folk home. I have some amount of respect for him, but oh god, I'm so tired of people like using his bullshit as license to shit all over superhero comics.
Honestly.
And I also hate how up his own ass he is about like, I understand feeling frustrated about being mistreated in work for hire work. But there's also like, you took the job,
right?
Dude. I'm not saying you don't have a right to be pissed, but like you act like, oh no, bamboozled again, and it's like, how much of this is your own fault? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Exactly,
like,
right.
Like the way he
didn't you sign
the
the
way
contract?
he carries on. Yeah, like the way he carries on like irritates the fuck out of me sometimes. I'm like, Alan,
Please.
Jesus. His comments about superhero comics being like explicitly for children, I think is actually damaging. Yeah. Because people keep repeating
Alan
it.
Moore is such a
it's
genius.
Not just,
you would know. He was in the comic industry himself.
it's not just defensiveness. I'm not going to pretend there's probably not a certain amount of defensiveness on my part as a grown man who loves superhero comics. But like, you know me, I got my problems, but I think I'm pretty well adjusted.
Yeah.
You know, I've been a parent. I'm a good husband. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I fucking work my job. I go to school. You know, I do things like whatever. I do projects. I don't think I'm some kind of fucking, you know, loser man child. And I love superhero comics. And most of my friends in this community who love superhero comics, they're good fucking people with well-adjusted lives. And the way he speaks to, like, if you like superhero comics, you, as a grown man, there's something horribly wrong with you. And superhero comics are inherently silly. You know, and I'm like, I don't like that. I think that that's really damaging. What's silly about them?
Right, exactly. It's like, well, why are you doing this?
They wear... Yeah, why do you keep... Well, it's like, oh, they wear silly costumes. I'm like, okay, so... Is that it? Simplistic ideas about good and evil. Yeah, they're fantasy.
Exactly.
What they're meant to make you feel good, and that's okay. What do you fucking... But anyway, I went off on my anti-Alan Moore rage. I'm sorry. My point is, I'm like, don't fucking give normies fucking Watchmen.
No,
like,
hell no.
That's a book meant for people who like, or at least are familiar with superhero comics. Give them, I think, if you're trying to get a normie into comic books, this is a great book to give them.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, because it feels like something that would make for like a great TV show and everything like that.
You could make this, it could, the fact this hasn't been adapted
pretty insane,
shocks the
right?
fuck out of me.
Maybe if the Criminal TV show goes well, then maybe they'll do this as well. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, like it's a guy in a red ski mask with a shotgun. They have the same character archetype on Gotham, for fuck's sake.
True.
What are you fucking... what are you doing? You get like somebody fucking... like get like a... You'd have to get like a younger actor. You'd have to get like some up-and-comer to do it. So which means you could get like a no-name. You know, which means they'd be cheap. You could get them, you know, do a lot of noir-style narration. You know, you could make the mask like incredibly fucking saturated. You know, make that like the reddest-looking mask you've ever seen. You know, with color grading, just to really make it pop. That'd be super fun. You know, and it would just be like really cool. Go all out. Do a fucking CGI demon like sliding. Have everything else be like super real, but then just like fucking like do a whole CGI fucking demon, and even if it looks dumb as fuck, that's the point.
Yes.
Right? Like, you know, you'd have to make the demon actually like physically manifest. So you'd have to get some CGI up in this piece. Or you could just have somebody in prosthetics.
Ooh.
Have somebody in prosthetics in like a suit. If you wanted to adapt it for TV, like have the demon, like have it just be a head.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty sick actually. I'd be down for that.
Like do like a really good like prosthetic head, like, you know, on a guy in a suit. That's how I would adapt it. You know, I'd be like, okay, save some money and we don't have to mistreat our fucking CGI. Sorry, I'm rambling, but I'm like, if you wanted to adapt this book though, you could do it. You could do it, and you would play it really straight. It's made for it. Like, you know?
Oh yeah, that'd be so sick. I'd love to see that. I hope that's in the cards one day. That if Amazon sees if Criminal does well and Amazon sees that Brubaker magic, they might be like, all right, buddy, what else you got?
There was a show that Brubaker talks about writing. In the back matter of one of the issues, and it was called wait, hold on, sorry, one second. Apparently this was apparently there was talk 8 years ago about one of the directors of John Wick adapting Killer Be Killed. I assume that fell through. Yeah, that sucks,
man.
Yeah, Chad Stileski was gonna adapt the
that would have
comic.
been perfect.
I think it just died. The planned movie is stuck in development hell. Yeah, as of last year in 2025. But there was a show talked about in the back matter of one of the books called Too Old to Die Young or something like that. It stars Marshall Teller. And it's written by Brubaker, and it looks cool as fuck. It's written by Brubaker. It's written by Brubaker and directed by Nicholas Winding Refn.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
what
right?
The hell? Why are people talking about this?
Well, hold on. I'll find the trailer and I'll just send it to you real quick.
Ooh.
We can maybe talk about it real quick after we get off the call, off the recording in a minute.
Oh my god.
But hold on. Too young to what is it called? Too old
to die young.
To die young.
What?
Yep, here you go. And this was made back in 2019.
What?
And I never heard a
God,
fucking word of it. I'm assuming since there's a trailer, the show actually came the fuck
I would
out.
imagine
Like,
so.
but I'm like, how did I? Yeah, fucking what?
Oh my god.
I have and it's a Winding Refn movie, so I have no fucking idea what it's
God.
actually about. I'm very or a series rather. So I don't know what it's about, but you know, it's written by Brubaker, I guess, and I'm like, that sounds amazing.
Man, I definitely gotta check that out. That sounds freaking sick.
So first comment from 6 years ago: visually stunning, slow paced, and I have no idea what's going on.
It's perfect.
This is definitely Nicholas Winding Refn trailer. Yeah, but I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Okay. All right. We're really stretching this out. We should let this go because we've kind of like moved on from the book completely.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Aren't you happy about this bonus content? If you like bonus content,
Hey.
you can go to www.patreon.com/audioanomaly and pay us some money, and you get some content. It's a pretty good deal. Pretty good. Do it up. Patreon.com/audioanomaly. Give us your money. We need it more than you do, I promise. You want more audio dramas, don't you? Don't you? All right. Thanks, everybody. We really appreciate you.
It's been fun. Yeah. Thank you all for coming around. And thank you for joining me on this podcast as well. It was really fun talking about this book.
Oh, yeah.
And other things, too.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Fucking like fucking Nicholas Winding Refn TV shows that we never fucking heard about starting Miles Teller. What the fuck?
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I can't believe I missed that one. All right, guys. We'll talk to you real soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.